go. Well, hello everybody. My name is Sean Cacaro alongside Luca Gajvich Protic and my buddy Vinny Massical, two buddies of mine. I should have reworded that. But anyway, happy to be here. Our first Yankees spring training stream of the year. You are seeing a joint simulcast stream with the boys in the Big Blue in the Bronx. I was thinking of the old title, Big Blue in the Bronx, and the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers podcast. First off, before we get into the hype of this game, first off, I'll start with my co-host Vinny. How you doing today, Vinny?
I'm all right, man. Just getting ready for some spring training baseball.
We're dreaming of much warmer days, right? Luca, how about you?
Doing good. Obviously, this is the first game in full that I'll be watching for the Yankees spring training. Obviously, not too many players that are like too notable that we'll be watching, but obviously it's spring. It is baseball nonetheless. So
Yes,
good to be back watching baseball regardless.
yes, baseball is baseball. We will take it no matter what time of year. You know that. So today's game, we see the Yankees taking on the Detroit Tigers in their second home game, third game overall. They beat the Rays in the Battle of Steinbrenner Field on Friday 4-0, and their comeback fell short against the Blue Jays 6-4 yesterday. Before we get into today's game, what are your guys' takes? I'll start with you, Luca, on our first two days of games.
Well, I haven't seen a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, we saw that Spencer Jones hit a home run yesterday. Didn't see much of the Friday game, so I'm not too informed. Obviously, Aaron Boone said, and I mentioned that the Yankees won't play a lot of their notable players today, but we'll be seeing them at the beginning of March. I think March 1st, Aaron Boone said that we'll see Judge and like guys like Austin Wells and whatnot. So Paul Goldschmidt, I think, hit an RBI double in the first game as his first Yankee hit in spring training. So not a lot that I've totally seen, but I'm still obviously this is my first game to watch, so I'm hoping to be a little more informed.
I think that makes all three of us. I worked the first 2 days, so I only got to see part of those games. But I did see the Jones home run. But Vinny, what about you? Do you have any small takeaways? I know it's only spring, but we finally got baseball to talk about. You have any takeaways from the first two games so far? Likes, dislikes?
Again, I just like you guys, I haven't watched much spring training baseball. This is my first game I've watched spring-wise.
We're on the same boat.
So, I did see a few highlights, but that's it. But just interested in seeing, the top of the order looks pretty regular. Chisholm, Goldschmidt, Bellinger, Dominguez, and Volpe. So
all guys we saw on Friday.
We'll see. I want to again Goldschmidt. I'm looking at him to have a big year, have a bounce back season. He's my guy this year.
Yes.
So
yes, Vinny has been a huge advocate for Paul Goldschmidt. So I'm hoping he's right. I think we all are. I'll just say I got to rewatch the first game yesterday. I caught the second half of game yesterday. Like I said, I did see the Jones home run. I was impressed with the home game because of the fact that we did see Goldschmidt, Bellinger all play well the other day. We're not going to see our big guys at least until March, as Boone has already said. So we're not going to see Judge yet. We're not going to see, it's going to be a couple days before we see them, but that's fine. Again, baseball is baseball. We're going to take what we can get right now. And, like I said, it's still very early. This is only the third game of the spring, but there's some things that we could look forward to today, as we will see Sean Boyle take the mound, one of the Yankees' longtime minor leaguers. We'll talk about him in a little bit, but we'll also see young Tigers team who's looking to build off of the playoff run that they made last year, the unexpected playoff run to say the least.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Tigers a little bit. We see Casey Mize will be the starter for the Tigers. Vinny, why don't you give us some information on Casey Mize?
Well, Casey Mize last year was injured. I believe most of the season last year. He was 2-6, 4.49 ERA, 102 innings, 78 Ks. But I think I'm pretty sure injuries kind of side railed him last year with that, and I don't think he pitched any playoff games last year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see anything as far as playoff statistics. So I don't think he pitched in the playoffs last year for them, but they did have a great season. But if it wasn't for using that bullpen, he used that bullpen a lot.
Yes.
The manager did. So that was kind of a detriment to them.
Yes. So, Luca, while you have posted the game day video, why don't you tell us about today's lineup for the Detroit Tigers?
Yes, absolutely. Batting first and playing in center field is Matt Vierling. Batting second and playing first base is Colt Keith, the left-hander. Batting third and playing in right field is Wenceel Perez. Batting fourth and playing at third base is the younger brother of Josh Jung, Jace Jung. Tigers prospect. Batting fifth and playing DH is Andy Ibanez. Batting sixth and playing shortstop is Trey Sweeney, former Yankee prospect, by the way. Batting seventh and playing catcher is Dylan Dingler. Batting eighth and playing at second base is Yo Lee. And batting ninth and playing
Former
left field
Yankee.
is Jahmai Jones, former Yankee as well. As
So
Sean
no
Boyle
Glaber
is
today.
on the mound.
No Glaber Torres today. I think they're going to wait to play him against us until probably the regular season, my guess. And then the defensive alignment for the Yankees today from left to right is Dominguez, Bellinger, and Duke Ellis. From third to first, it is Oswald Peraza. At shortstop, Anthony Volpe. At second base, Jazz Chisholm. First base, Paul Goldschmidt. So a pretty regular infield, I would say. Behind the plate, Alex Jackson. And on the mound today is Sean Boyle, a longtime Yankee prospect. In his career with the Yankees in the minor leagues, he's 30-13 with a 3.54 ERA in 106 games, including 48 starts. And for me and you, Vinny, being natives or at least affiliated with Staten Island, he's one of the few remaining Staten Island Yankees. So game is underway. First pitch is a ball.
And Armand, thank you for that. I kind of
What's up,
figured he was
Armand?
left off the ALDS. Thank you,
Yes.
Armand.
So second pitch grounded to Volpe. And there's one away. Nice play to start the game. I can't believe we're already watching baseball again. I got so much snow outside. It's crazy to think that opening day is like a month away. So
I gotta ask y'all about two things. We'll start with number one. Let's go with Yankees. Do you guys really think Oswald Peraza has a chance to be the team's third baseman? I'll say for one thing real quick, I don't really understand why he's so low in the lineup if he's going to be in the main competition for third base.
And it's weird too because if you think about it, nobody's really giving him a chance.
Yeah,
because of the fact that Cabrera's already proven he could play everywhere, and we have LeMahieu who has a proven glove defensively, but offensively we know there's still a lot of work to be done.
1 second, fellas.
Go ahead. So it's hard to say what do you just keep him as a bench guy? Do you make him a utility man? It's hard to say. Vinny, what do you think?
I don't think he's gonna play third for us. I think it's either gonna be it's gotta if LeMahieu's healthy, I think LeMahieu plays there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about Oswaldo if he's gonna if he'll play.
Sorry about that. You guys can continue. It was more of you guys, but Sean, you were saying
Vinny's up talking.
But I unlike Alex, I think I like Pereira a little more. I know he's a lot of swing and miss, but I just like that he's a little younger than LeMahieu.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that I think he could be very good, but we'll see. But I think if LeMahieu's healthy,
nice strikeout by Sean Boyle, by the way, and a nice changeup.
I don't think Boone's going to go away from LeMahieu at all.
No, I don't think so either, and I think that actually might be worrying for a lot of Yankee fans because he has not been able to get back to his old form. I think a fully healthy season, there's that potential that he could get back to at least 75% of what he was, but if he can't get that back going, What do you do with LeMahieu? That's the question, because you're paying him, what is it, $90 million, something like that?
Yeah,
Who
for
you
90
trading him
million
to?
over 5 years, that's 16 million.
Can't trade him nowhere. You're not gonna spend $90 million to let him sit on the bench. That's not how the Yankees operate.
You
So
might as
what do you do?
I personally have no belief in DJ LeMahieu this year. The fact that he's still on the roster is due to lack of asset management by the Yankee front office. Is real quick. What's up to Mitch, our guy who we did with the Yankee? I'm not the Yankees. The Knicks game 4 against the Sixers. I remember
that was
doing
a
that
fun
game.
stream.
Yeah, it was fun. All 3 of us with Mitch, but yeah, I mean, you'll have Chisholm at second, I think would be a good shout. And then you have put Peraza at third to see what he can do. But the Yankees, I don't think have been too serious about the third base position, which is quite worrying.
So a nice 1-2-3 inning from Sean Boyle to go to the bottom of the first. I forgot to mention, too, Tigers, they come into this game 1-0. They beat Filthy Philly yesterday. I'm joking with Mitch there when I say that. But the Tigers beat the Phillies yesterday 7-6. So, Luca, would you like to read off the Yankees starting lineup while we wait for the inning to get back going?
Absolutely. Batting first and leadoff is second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr. Batting second is new acquisition first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Batting third and playing center field is another new acquisition for the Yankees, Cody Bellinger. Batting fourth and playing left field is Jason Dominguez. He'll obviously have a shot to win that job and most likely the favorite. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is Anthony Volpe, third-year man. Batting sixth and playing DH is J.C. Escara. Batting seventh and playing the catching position is Alex Jackson, veteran backup catcher. Batting eighth and playing right field is Duke Ellis. And batting ninth, as I mentioned earlier, Oswald Peraza will be playing third base.
Yes. So actually, I'm pretty happy with this lineup we're going to see for the Yankees. I think good mix of getting the new guys their reps while getting to see some of the young guys that we'll probably see in Scranton Wilkes-Barre this year. So definitely should be interesting. The defensive alignment for the Tigers from left to right, it is Jahmai Jones in left, Vierling in center, Perez in right. From third to first, it is Young at third, Sweeney at short. At second is Lee, and at first base is Colt Keith. Behind the plate is Dingler, and on the mound, as we mentioned earlier, Casey Mize. Now,
Mize,
Luca.
might I say, was a top prospect, but also, folks, for the weather report, it's 74 degrees in Tampa.
It's 35 in Pennsylvania where I'm at. I need warm weather. Packed house in Tampa, by the way. They just showed the crowd. Full house at Steinbrenner Field. I also got to ask, and I know how Vinny feels about it because he actually bought one. How are we feeling about the new spring training gear as far as the hats go?
I like the hats.
I
bought both hats. I bought the gray and the pinstripe.
Chisholm drives one in the right. That's going to be an out. One away. Luca, how about you?
Yeah, I think I like the hats as well.
I like the hats. I still miss the old traditional, the blue hat with the white brim. I don't know why. That's maybe just because of nostalgia here. 44 in Jersey. It must be nice. Hey, you know what? It's better than what we've had, Armand. Last couple weeks have been miserable weather-wise. So up to bat now is Paul Goldschmidt. By the way, is it just me or do you guys feel kind of bad for what's happening with Anthony Rizzo?
He's on the downturn of his career. I'm not going to say I didn't expect it. Maybe he gets like an invite to spring training, but just sad because after the concussion, which the Yankees badly mismanaged, he was never the same.
Armand, I'm not surprised. WFAN shits on anything.
Yeah, but they're also like old school.
Most of them are Mets fans too, if I remember correctly. So.
Yeah, well, not all of them are, but
not all, but a lot of them are. Count's still 0-2 on Goldschmidt. But I lost my train of thought. Yeah, no, I feel bad for Rizzo though. You know what it is? I think the Yankees are kind of partially to blame for what happened to him with the mismanagement, with the concussion and everything.
Absolutely, they waited a couple months.
I think the Yankees have a big part in what happened there. That's just my take, though. Count's 1-2 on Goldschmidt.
Completely agree.
And honestly, I think that's starting to become a theme I'm not liking. And me and Vinny, obviously, in episode 1, had our debates about how we feel about the Yankees front office and management situation. But I think putting all that aside,
2-year extension, by the way, just to
one
let you know.
one thing that
2-year
needs to
extension for
change.
Boone.
One thing that needs to change though is the way these guys' injuries have been managed. Because you look at, I'll give you 3 examples right now. We had Jason Dominguez, who had elbow pain, but they proceeded to let him play anyway. We saw how that ended.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it with Rizzo, and we're seeing it now with Stanton. And look, manage the team however you want, run the team however you want. If you can't handle their injuries correctly, there's no formula for success.
Exactly, 100%. And the thing is, like, why? And obviously, there's like soreness and things like that. Why are so many players coming to camp injured?
That too. Count is full on Goldschmidt 3 and 2. Yeah, it's like open. You think, okay, cool. Pitchers and catchers report today. Awesome. Oh, here's 4 different pitchers with injuries. Oh, the rest of the players report today. Now I'm happy. The whole team is together. Well, half the team is hurt.
Just doesn't make sense. Like Chase Hampton, elbow injury. Oh, soreness.
Goldschmidt
Yep.
caught looking strike 3.
Elbow
Nice pitch by
soreness. Yep.
Bryce.
Tommy John surgery. Just made no sense.
No, not at all. Also, Luca, if you don't mind, do you mind keeping us updated on the Knicks game?
That's funny because I have it up open on another tab.
Nice. I know they're playing Boston today. I'm really not looking forward to that game, but
Yeah, I'm not watching.
What up, Jacob?
For a reason. I'm not even putting it on.
Up to bat now, Cody Bellinger, he takes strike 1. You see what in 2024, Bellinger hit 266 with 18 home runs and 78 RBIs. I can't wait to see what he's going to do. I know he's looking forward to this. He's got a base hit in the right field. Nice start for Bellinger.
Good work, good work, good work.
Bellinger played in that home opener Friday. I call it spring training opening day. Like I said, you guys know I'm a big sucker for spring training. Bellinger in that game on Friday went 1 for 2 with a run scored. Dropped my phone. Up to bat now, Jason Dominguez. I'm surprised they didn't have him leading off today. I don't know if they're trying to mess with the lineup a little bit, try a couple different things as he swings down low for a strike count 0-1. Who do you guys think should be the leadoff hitter? I say Dominguez. I'm old school. You put the one of the fastest guys to lead off, but he also has power, so you get like a mixture of power but speed. I would put Dominguez at first. What about you guys?
I'll let Vinny answer first. I got a few thoughts on that.
That's a good question. Man, it's tough because I don't like Jazz at the top, even though he's fast, but he swings and misses too much. And
I agree.
It seems like Dominguez kind of seems a little bit the same way this spring, but again, spring is spring. But I don't know, man. I really want our best hitter hitting number 1, but if Judge isn't going to hit there, man, that's a tough. That's tough. I don't know. Damn. I would. You guys may think I'm crazy, but I would say Bellinger 1.
Say Bellinger 1?
Yeah, you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I think
I don't think it's crazy.
As far as his swing and just he puts the bat on the ball, he's not that slow. I just don't want to see Volpe there again either.
No, I don't want to see that either. I wouldn't,
you know. So it's tough though. I don't know. Go ahead, Luca.
Dominguez drills one into right. This one should end the inning, and it does. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 man left on base at the end of 1. Still scoreless down in Tampa.
Well, I think it's I think the problem with the Yankees is, and I've been saying this for years, they obviously have not followed up or listened. Not that they would listen to me, obviously, but just in general for the point. I think they lack balance in the starting lineup. You have a lot of middle of the order guys. You don't have a ton of guys that can lead off. I mean, if you're hoping to somewhat play DJ LeMahieu this year, he would probably be the leadoff guy, and that's not something I want. When I'm not.
I don't want that at all.
Yeah, I'm not advocating for that, but at the same time, again, you have a lot of middle of the order guys like Stanton, Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt. Those are meat of the order guys, and that's what I just don't understand with the Yankees' lack of, like I always think at the top of the order, you need a guy who can get on base and obviously start the rallies and stuff like that. Anthony Volpe's not that guy. His numbers were terrible. Leading off, he's more of a bottom of the order guy. If you look at the numbers, Austin Wells, middle of the order guy, maybe towards the end of the lineup. As I said, Stanton, Judge, Goldschmidt, Bellinger, those 4 guys are going to be the middle of the order. So you obviously got to figure out that. But to me, I don't know who's going to be in. Maybe Jazz, maybe. But again, the problem is he has a golf swing.
Yes, so, like Vinny says, he swings and misses a lot.
Yeah,
so you're not really adding anything to the top of the lineup. I mean, he has speed, granted, but it's not like he's refining his swing.
Alex joining from work because he's obviously slacking. He says he would put Peraza there.
I don't know about that either.
No, he's got to prove to me he can hit, because if there's one thing I noticed now, again, for those who may not know in the chat, I'm in Pennsylvania, so I'm a little bit closer to Scranton Wilkes-Barre. So I do go to a lot of Rail Rider games. He was not a great hitter. He was not a great hitter with the Rail Riders last year. And that's what worries me most, is that is a fly ball to right. That will be at least a double, I believe. Oh, no. Oh, he had to play it second, but wow, throw. Volpe shaking his hand a little bit. Young with a base hit. That's a double.
Yeah, Volpe mishandled the throw. I was actually right on the money, but Volpe could just not get a handle with that.
Yeah, Volpe was looking at his hand a little bit. I can hear somebody's yes broadcast. I don't know if we could turn that down. Worry about copyright. Gotcha. Yeah, just because copyright, they hear that. They've shut out me, Alex, and Luca down once for that.
What was I going to say? But it was a great throw there. Volpe was looking at his hand, as you said.
Ibanez is now up to bat as the first hit of the day for the Tigers. Are they? Oh, I know Meredith's talking. I didn't know if she was doing an interview or not. First
Didn't
pitch
look like she was.
Ball.
Didn't look like she was. Because we all know how it goes with these spring training games. They play the starters, and then the starters, when they're taking out the interview with Meredith, like mid-game.
Oh, Alex brought up something interesting. Well, he asked how many, but I want to expand on this conversation. I hope we see a few today. How do we feel about the ABS system so far?
Definitely interesting. I don't know. I just feel like a little more traditional. I just hope they should have trained these umpires better. But I also got a story for that. Mm-hmm. So Andrew Claudio from Nick's Film School, obviously a content creator. I think he's like a producer there as well. He took an umpire. I don't know if he was doing like umpire school or some shit like that. So the teacher asked him, because they were out on the field, what's the strike zone to you? So Andrew goes, okay, it's what's over the plate from the knees to about the chest.
Mm-hmm.
Umpire says, good answer. You're wrong. Go back in line. And the guy, you know what he said? The teacher, professor, whatever you want to call it. It's whatever you want it to be.
When you're Angel Hernandez, yes, as Trey Sweeney, former Yankee prospect, comes up to bat. Yeah, I you know what, and that's kind of why. And actually this new system. It's not new to me. I've seen it a lot. Again, being at a lot of AAA games, I'm actually kind of a fan of it, because you know what, it just, the umpiring has been so bad over the last couple of years. Something needed to be done, and if MLB is not going to hold their umpires accountable, like most sports, they never have to answer to anything.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of it. I like it so far, especially because that Spencer Jones would not have happened if not for that the ABS system. So, like I said, I'm a fan of it. I've been a fan of it, and I hope we get to see more of it. And I actually hope that eventually it does make its way to the major leagues.
Right.
Vinny, how about you?
I probably have a little bit. I have the same take as you as far as I like it, but I don't think you should limit the challenges, really. I think you should be able to challenge. I mean, I know it would definitely like not. They want to speed up the game, not slow it down.
Yes.
And I'm sure managers would like, every freaking pitch would be, challenged. But maybe give a few. Maybe. I mean, I know you get to keep your challenge as well.
Well, the one thing I do like,
right.
kind of relating to
Maybe
what
add
you're saying,
another challenge or two, or I don't know, maybe in the late innings do something
to kind of
different.
add to your point, Vinny. The good thing is they only let 3 people make that choice: the hitter, the pitcher, the catcher. And I think that's the way it should be, because the umpire, the manager can argue from the dugout all they want. They do not have the best angle. Those 3 men do: the pitcher, catcher, hitter. And I think it should stay that way. As
but I mean, hitters will. I mean, even so, the hitters will, or the pitchers will probably. I mean, if you had no challenges at all, but maybe raise the number of challenges.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that,
because that's kind of one of those things where, I mean, but I like it. I mean, because that scenario that Luca said was pretty eye opening. Because then, what do you teach the hitters then?
Yeah.
If it's not
play ended the inning.
Yeah, if it's not what chess to numbers to what is it? Numbers to waist.
Bottom of the letters.
Numbers to knees. So numbers to knees. So what do you teach the hitter when they're young?
Well, the problem is, I think hitters they have to learn throughout a game, and that's always been the tricky part. Is
you got to go game by game.
You got to go game by game, because every umpire does it differently. And but what's funny is, I always like how Yes Network always shows, the analytics for every umpire, and it always ends up being the polar opposite that game. Like, they'll say this umpire is hitter friendly, and a pitcher gets an amazing call.
Yeah, but I'm tired of seeing the low strike on Judge all the time. I probably go the most nuts on that, and I'm sure every team has their player.
Yes,
but if you can't call it right for a 6'8", 250-pound dude, then what are we doing?
But my question to you,
the guys are only getting bigger. They're not getting smaller.
To you, Vinny, is why does this feel like it's only happening with Judge? Look at your favorite players. Your favorite.
Well, Ellie, Ellie's huge, and so is O'Neal Cruz. But I haven't watched a lot of their games, but I would say that it probably happens more than we think to Ellie, because he is so tall and so big.
Right.
So I don't know. I just think they need to learn how to like I mean, look at the shorter guys. The shorter guys.
Altuve.
Altuve. What do you call for him?
Yes, exactly. Excuse me.
It should be the same for everybody. So that's what I'm saying.
I agree. But that's where I think this will at least help that a little bit, because we can finally get at least some sort of consistency with. I know the umpires probably hate it. I'm going to say that now, because they've always had their own strike zone. They're always going to feel like they're right 85% of the time. Armand here says, I agree with Vinny. There should not be 2 challenges per game. I think each batter should have 2 challenges per game coming from the offensive side.
Yeah, but I agree that there should be more, but I don't think that the pitchers would go for that too, because then what do they get? Does each pitcher coming in get 2 challenges per game then? So
Volpe grounds out, 1 away.
So that was a hard hit ball. So I don't know how you I don't know how you do it, but I mean, I just think, and I know you do. Again, you get it back if you're right. So so if you don't, so if you keep getting them right, then you get
as many as possible.
You can pretty much get as many as possible.
Do you think though there could be a fear for Major League Baseball that if there's too many in a game, that could lead to a slowdown?
No, it's going to slow the game down. Yeah, of course.
Only make this pitch clock situation worse than it already is. As JC Escara comes up to bat, he's DH today.
So and then are they treating the challenge as if they're treating a regular challenge where they they stop the clock?
It's something completely separate.
So they don't stop the pitch clock?
No, they have they have to.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. They have to.
Because what they do is in the stadium, they'll show on the video board where the strike is or where the ball is, and then they make their call from there. Like, they don't have to go to like a little camera or whatever like the NFL does, or have to call New York. No, they show it on the big screen. and the umpire makes his call from there.
By the way, because I'm into analytics too, but that ball that Volpe hit was at 95.6. Expected batting average on that ball was 460. So, just so
Yeah,
you
you can see that the defender bobbled it a little bit. He had a hard time with that. So JC Escarra up the bat, he was a guy who really did impress me last year, and I kind of want to see. I'm rooting for him to be our backup catcher. He impressed me in Scranton last year. He had like a 8-game home run streak or something like that at one point, and he did that against Lehigh Valley. So I'm hoping he gets to do a little more of that.
He also had an OPS of 930 last year in Scranton, so that's really good.
Armand says hitters, pitchers, and catchers have 2 seconds to challenge. But typically, he is right. They usually make that call right on the spot, like, "Yep, do it," or "I'm good."
Yeah, but you gotta be selective though, because if you're wrong.
Well, we saw who was it, Luca? Who was it the other day? I sent it to our group chat. Somebody asked for a pitch to be called, and it was like 4 inches above the plate. I don't remember who it was. It wasn't a Yankee game. It was one of the Cactus League games, I think.
Wasn't the Dodger game, was it?
I'm thinking it might have been. Remember, it might have been that game on Thursday, because remember, it was the only game on, so I think everybody was watching Dodgers and Cubs.
Okay, I'm checking right now.
2-2 count on Escarra. Line fair down the line. What a freaking hit. That was a bullet off the bat. That's going to be a single. I want to see more of this kid. I really do. I'm rooting for him.
Velocity 104.3 off the bat.
Coming up to bat now will be one of the other catchers fighting for that backup spot, Alex Jackson. Yeah, that was a nice, tough play. Even the first baseman could not get to it. You notice though, the one thing that is tricky about the first couple weeks is you notice the defense is not all there just yet. Seen a lot of bobbles and whatnot, but so far clean on both sides.
So you said what scenario was this, Sean, where the pitch was what?
Like 4 inches above the plate, and somebody challenged it thinking it was a strike, and it wasn't. As we see Jackson coming up, play with the Rays in 58 games last year, hit 122.
Yeah, I'm looking at this one called the Petite Challenge. It was from a ball to a strike, though.
Yeah, no. I have to scroll through our group chat. I just thought it was funny. First pitch up and in. Yankees coming in 1-1. They won on Friday 4-0. Nice solid performance from everybody all around. Yesterday their comeback came a little short, down 4-0. They came all the way back to tie it, only for the Blue Jays to capitalize and win in the end 6-4. Entertaining games first 2 days so far. Third game of the spring. Me and Vinny and Luca and Alex too, we're gonna be trying to do at least one game a week, and this will be our game for this week. Also, don't forget, for any wrestling fans, this Saturday we will be streaming on the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers podcast the Elimination Chamber PLE. So tune in. I believe that show starts at 6 or 7. I have to double check. As Broken Bat pop fly foul. We get the time of the Elimination Chamber. Kind of looking forward to that show, but at the same time, Vinny, we're going to talk about it later when we record our WWE show. There's a lot of problems right now with wrestling. But we're going to get into that later.
We'll get into that later, yeah.
And those videos you can expect up tomorrow. We'll do our Yankees and wrestling videos tonight. We'll have those up by tomorrow night. I got to step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Got you, no problem. Jackson 2-2 count. It's 1 out. Yeah, it does start at 7 p.m. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 2 gone here for Detroit as Jackson strikes out on the sinker.
I'm a little behind you too there, Luca.
Yeah.
Probably like 1 pitch behind you.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's like I think you and Sean both might be like a pitch behind me.
Yeah. Good old Spectrum Online.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So
Ellis, for some reason, went to square with 2 outs, so it's 0-1 now.
He squared with 2 out. I mean, I guess anytime you want to get your bunt practice in, I guess, but I don't know. 2 outs, runner on first. I probably wouldn't be trying it unless he thinks he get a hit.
Good splitter there from Casey Mize. Count is 0-2. And the third base umpire says that Ellis swung, so that will end the inning. One man left on. We head to the top of the third. 0-0. Again, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe both to Big Blue in the Bronx and the Pinstripes Pile Drivers podcast. As obviously Sean and Vinny said that they will be doing their wrestling videos and their Yankees videos with a little bit of recap of spring training and all. So please check that out. I know The Rock. I mean, I'm not a wrestling fan at all, but The Rock made a return. I think, Vinny. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he did, and he kind of said something that was like kind of out of left field. That it it was really weird. Really, it was a weird, just a weird promo altogether. And again, we'll talk more about it. If you didn't watch it, we'll talk more about it in the podcast. But just a weird thing to say. I think, is that Alex in the chat there asking a question?
Who wins the Yankees backup catcher spot? Yes, that is Alex. Probably between him and probably Ascara and Alex Jackson. That's who it's between.
Ascara and Alex Jackson. Yeah, I would probably say with like, does Ben Rice make the team and become the
Yeah.
emergency? Maybe. Probably. I don't know.
It was said that Ben Rice can make the team off emergency. Is their emergency catcher.
Yeah, Armando's right. He wants Cody Rhodes' soul. That's what he said specifically, which, again, I have no idea. It was cringe. They were very cringe, Armando. I didn't, when I heard that, I texted Sean like, "Did you just hear what I thought I heard?" Like that was, and Sean just basically said, "I'm so confused right now." So. All right.
This one is lined by Lean to left and caught by Dominguez for the first out. They were, as obviously you guys could see, Peraza and Meredith Marakovitz were talking. Big spring training for Peraza. And pardon me, Vinny, I don't know what you think. I think they did this kid kind of wrong. Came up in 2022. He showed some things. He even played in the playoffs as well as more of a defensive guy. And I think personally he has a better glove than Volpe. But 2023 doesn't make the roster at all while battling Volpe. Volpe is seen as the golden child of the Yankees, but by some would say, I would say that as well. And 2023 comes along the trade deadline. Yankees don't opt to trade him or call him up. So his value is probably at his lowest right now if the Yankees decide to trade him. But right now, the Yankees also have a hole at the third base position.
Yeah, they definitely didn't do good by him at all. They waffled on whether or not they were going to keep him or not. I just don't like the fact that the guy's probably a better middle infielder than a corner infielder, and we may be wasting him.
Volpe ever.
Yeah.
Good.
And just as we're talking about that,
Yeah,
just as we're talking about Peraza,
I was just saying that how I think Peraza is a better shortstop than Volpe.
Armand, I
Volpe
think
doesn't have, in my opinion, Volpe doesn't have the arm.
Armand, I think Undertaker's choke slam on The Rock is what's causing this.
I mean,
I agree.
was
It was a
thinking,
cringe
and
segment.
I was thinking about what Armand said. Is he trying to build like another like corporation or another?
That's what
like,
a lot of people are saying.
What was it for Triple H and Steph? It was the
Authority.
The Authority, or a
I
new
don't wanna
authority. I don't know.
want to see that.
I love the Authority, by the way.
I love the Authority too. I don't want to see a version with him.
No. You can't have a version with him.
Matt Vierling.
By the way, you know what game comes out in 2 weeks, by the way, sir?
I'm sorry.
WWE comes out in 2 weeks.
Yes, it does. And MLB The Show comes out in like 3 weeks.
Are you getting the Bloodline edition?
Probably.
$150, my friend.
Oh, never mind.
Bucks.
No, I'll get the standard.
Either 130 or 150. I'm not sure. It might be 130.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll get the standard.
Are we seeing a challenge of some sorts or no? Because
no.
I thought
maybe
I think you guys. Okay, you guys are ahead of me then. I'm on.
No. I'm probably not, but I don't.
Mets have a split squad. Yeah, I'll get you a score on that actually. Yeah, they're playing the Marlins and the Nationals today. Talk about a bad scenario. You want to train, but you got 2 division games. Scoreless against the Marlins, top 3. And I'm seeing ABS call that pitch is clearly a ball. And the Mets are losing their away game to the Nats 5-0. Also, Luca, do we have a Knicks update?
They're down double digits, which is no one's surprise. They're down 17.
Oh,
great. That's great. We're 0. What are we? 0-8.
0-6
against 0-6 against the 2 top teams.
0-6 against Boston, Cleveland, and Oklahoma City, the 3 top teams.
Yeah.
Jahmai Jones with a base hit, by the way. Or was that Vierling? Jones is on second. My bad. Armand says Nick Madrigal left the game for the Mets after charging a ground ball at shortstop against the Nats.
Interesting.
That's not good. You also saw Pete Alonso got hit in the face the other day too. I mean, he ended up practicing anyway, but
he gets hit all the time.
That happened. That's already happened twice this spring. Did you guys watch the Dodgers game? Bobby Miller, 105 off the face.
Yeah, that was scary to watch.
That was scary. It was a miracle he got up like immediately.
Yeah, that's scary when the guy gets hit that hard.
That is a high fly ball to left. And the catch is Dominguez dropped it.
Sun. Looked like the Sun.
They got him. So no runs scored.
Okay, well, that's good. Looks like the sun got in his eye though. Where is his sunglasses, by the way?
They're on his face.
He had sunglasses on. Well, it must have been hit like right in the sun then, because look how.
Either that or the wind, because you know how playing in a minor league ballpark, the wind
is could be
a factor.
But,
Yankees Twitter is about to start exploding.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
And he's not even playing in the Bronx. He's playing in.
We're in Tampa.
Yeah.
Well, 2 down, runners still on first and second. I'm assuming this is going to be Boyle's last inning. As that one gets away from Volpe. I'm not going to overreact.
What's going on with Volpe here?
It's early in the spring. It's the 3rd game. We're not going to freak out. Twitter's going to be fun today. We might have to do a post-game Twitter reaction. How are we feeling?
To be fair, which side did he throw the ball on? Because
he threw it on the left side.
He probably. I mean, did he throw it?
He threw it at Vierling.
Yeah, he
that's
probably.
That's a bad throw.
Yeah, that's on the throw, I would think. That's
on the throw, 100%.
I don't think that's on Volpe though. So, but we're gonna dissect everything Volpe does at short this year, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, listen,
Alex Bregman has a single for the Red Sox, by the way.
In my opinion, I think Volpe has to show like some sort of consistency this year. This 3rd year in the league. I'd say he got a lot of mulligans the first 2 years. He played somewhat nicely in the playoffs, but
yeah, he's got to be consistent.
I agree. Right now, all Yes is talking about is Dominguez. So the sky is officially falling, boys and girls.
Good old Dominguez.
1-1 on Perez.
Give me 1 second. I just have to step out for a sec.
Gotcha.
Okay.
1-1 pitch from Boyle. How have we felt about Boyle's appearance so far?
I mean, not too bad. I look at the
Got in a
balls that
little
were
trouble, but he
hit.
got out of it last inning, hoping he does.
I mean, let's see how many balls were hit really hard. One.
Vinny's our analytics guy. For those who may not.
I mean, he's only given up really 2 really hard hit balls, but
yes,
the first one from Vierling.
I'm assuming this will probably
Actually
be
three hard hit balls.
Armand says, with Madrigal getting hurt, Mets Twitter will be fun and screaming for Iglesias' return. Yeah, New York Twitter should be fun today.
Wasn't Chicago? Weren't both Chicago teams looking to get rid of Madrigal like in a quick minute?
I think so.
Like, I mean, if you get released by Chicago by the White Sox, you're probably
right now that's like a death sentence.
Yeah,
but if that is it for Sean Boyle, Vinny, you put it in my head earlier. I've almost said Tim Boyle like 5 different times.
Tim Boyle, Tim Boyle.
But Sean Boyle, legend. No, he's got the better name, and he even spelled it the right way.
Tim Boyle, Jet legend.
Sean Boyle, 3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So if that is his day, I'd say pretty successful day, in and out of trouble, without a run given up.
Did we see anybody in the bullpen, by the way?
No, not yet. So I don't know if we'll see him for another inning. Typically, I don't this early in the spring. It's a miracle to even see a pitcher go 3 innings.
For all you Philly fans, Baltimore's beating Philly 3-0, bottom 2.
Should we do an out-of-town scoreboard? I know it's only spring, but
got it up.
I got it up too. Vinny, I'll let you do it. I'll let you do the
well, bottom 2, Washington is in a split squad game. Washington beating the Mets 5-0. In the top of the third. Now it's okay. My scoreboard's a little behind. So top 3, St. Louis, Houston tied. Top 2, Boston leading Toronto 1-0. Top 3, Pittsburgh and Minnesota, no score.
From that Boston game, Bregman has a hit. I don't know if you caught that earlier.
Okay. Bottom 2nd, as I said, Baltimore leading Philly 3-0. Bottom 2nd, Tampa Bay leading Atlanta 1-0. And in that other Mets game, it's top 3rd, no score, Mets and Miami. And in our game, it's top of the 3rd, no score.
Later on in the Cactus League,
got
a lot of action. Go ahead, Vinny.
We have Cleveland and the Angels starting at 3:05. Colorado and the Athletics starting at 3:05. I don't know whether to call them Sacramento or
no. They don't have a city or state name. They're just the Athletics.
The Dodgers are playing San Diego 3:05. Cincinnati, it's San Francisco 3:05. Texas, Chicago Cubs 3:05. The White Sox at Kansas City 3:05. And Arizona visits Seattle 3:10. And Milwaukee visits Colorado 3:10.
New pitcher is Tyler Owens for the Tigers. Spent his season in AA. I think their AA affiliate is Akron. No, is that Cleveland? Because I know AAA is Toledo. But anyway, in AA, he was their AA pitcher last year. He's pitching now against Oswald Peraza.
Thank you, Armando, by the way, for that update. Appreciate it, man.
Nice. Was that a fair ball or was that foul? I thought it was foul.
He's not running it out.
Peraza's arguing with the umpire.
Out. Holy crap.
Peraza's arguing it hit his foot. Spring training arguments with the umpire? I love it.
Well, he would know if it is foot. I mean, he probably felt it.
Boone coming out to argue? Maybe.
I mean,
let's see. There's the replay.
This is tough though. To hit your foot.
That angle really doesn't show any justice, but he didn't really react to it. So
yeah, I mean, it looked like maybe it bounced first, but
I think it might have hit his heel.
Might have. I'm gonna go old school on that one. You got to run him out, man.
I agree. I agree.
You got to run,
and he's got the speed. They are gonna rule him out.
You got to run. You got to run the balls out.
Up the
I don't
bat
care if
now
he
is
hits or not.
Jazz Chisholm. First full year with the Yankees. I
Somebody
love what
needs
he
to
did
go.
last year. Wish we could have saw a little more in the
It's
playoffs.
you know what? It's really nice seeing Jazz in a Yankee uniform for a full year. I think it's going
Yes,
to be
I
a good
can't
year for
wait.
him.
Fun fact, I know Luca's not here. We were at the game. Any pitch has been challenged. That is a ball. I think it was called a strike.
The previous pitch has been challenged.
It was off by 0.8 inches.
And that is a ball.
Me and Luca and
Good
Alex
call.
were at Chisholm's first game where he hit a home run. Actually, he hit 2 home runs that day against the Phillies, taking over Philadelphia. That was a fun day. Chisholm
All you got
swings
to
and
do is,
misses.
by the way, all you got to do is tap the top of your helmet.
Yes. Yeah, that's all you got to do. I
Okay.
think he broke his bat. He's going to the dugout looking for a new one.
Oh no, he needs more pine tar because
Damn, he didn't look too happy when he challenged that. He normally most pitchers they'll be just like, hey, or hitters say tap tap. He smashed his head.
yeah,
He wasn't too happy.
Well, obviously he thought it was high.
The
So.
umpires getting
He
a
was
lot
right.
of umpires getting a lot of slack for third game of the spring, second for the Tigers.
You got to remember it's spring for the umpires too, guys.
Spring for everybody. The announcers, spring for us three. We gotta get ready.
So do you think that may affect the calls going forward? Like if you tap your helmet like that
Chisholm
call
drives one to right, back at the wall. It's off the wall. Chisholm's got a base hit. This will probably be a double. No, we will hold it first. Nice base hit for Jazz Chisholm. That's what I like to see.
Good job, Jazz. Good job. Let's see what the
exit velo on that is.
See what the exit velo is on that.
That was a good shot.
Still says in progress.
And that was low in the zone. That right off the wall.
The pitch came in at 97, but
he didn't fully run that out. When they show the replay, you could see I think he might have thought it was a home run because he was not running full speed in the first.
Yeah, because he would have
swung on him.
He probably would have made that if he's busting out of the box.
Oh yeah, he's definitely got 2. Won't be too critical. It's only February 23rd.
Yeah, I guess we can't be, but Peraza still needs to run that out.
Yes. Oh, I agree. For a man, the only players we can really be critical of are those fighting for position.
That was 110.7 off the bat.
Yes. Nice.
And it was expected batting average of 880 on that ball.
Nice. The Goldschmidt got an 0-2 count on him.
Launch angle, by the way, 19 degrees, just so you know.
Nice. Vinny, our analytical expert today. This is exactly why we had when me and Vinny were calling games.
As soon as I found Savant like a few years ago when they started it, I was like all over Savant. I was like, I was watching Savant with games for.
This is why we work so well together.
Because I'm an old school guy that actually likes analytics.
Yes, one of a few.
Kind of like David.
Pickoff attempt at first, not in time.
David Cohn, big analytic guy.
Yes. Count 2-2 on Goldschmidt.
Katie, yeah. Well,
our Big Blue in the Bronx crowd that's tuning in.
Definitely needed to run that out, though, Katie. I'm sorry to, if you're a Peraza fan.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
That pitch, another caught looking strike 3. Goldschmidt caught looking.
Goldschmidt making me look bad, Goldie.
Well, and I want to bring that up, Vinny, because Vinny, you were a lot of Yankee fans not overly thrilled when Goldschmidt was brought in. Vinny, you look at it a different way. Why don't you explain to the Big Blue in the Bronx crowd why you're so high on Goldschmidt?
Because if you look at the second half of his season last year, he actually barreled up the ball pretty well, and his hard hit percentage was really good. He started to come on. And plus, I think he's definitely gonna hit better than Rizzo did last year.
That I can agree with.
Which is a low bar, but
Rizzo also being hurt didn't help.
And Rizzo being hurt didn't help either. And that could happen to Goldschmidt. But I've always liked Paul Goldschmidt as a player.
Yes.
So,
I did too. But
it's
could you imagine if we got him like 10 years ago?
Oh, he was MVP. He was.
Yes,
MVP.
he was.
I mean, the guy was probably I would say one of the best at his position, if not arguably the best at first.
Yes.
And he can feel. He's won a few Gold Gloves.
You know what you're going to get on the field.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna play a solid defense, but I still think he's. I mean, obviously he's taken twice strike three in this game, but not making me look great. But,
yeah, I know. as we started talking about that, he goes down looking twice on two very good pitches, nonetheless.
Yeah, and there's something to be said about he's got to get used to seeing the pitchers. So we'll see.
Okay, so you know how we talked about Twitter freaking out about Dominguez? First comment I see: bring Verdugo back. I knew it was coming.
By the way, we have a Twitter page now.
Oh yes, we do. Follow us, Vinny. What is our ad?
That is a good question, sir. Because
you made it. That's what I was hoping you.
I
don't use Twitter, so
I have to bring it up. Let me.
Oh yeah, people are freaking out right now.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Someone said just put him as a DH for now.
DH.
Luca, as you just come back, people are freaking out. First comment I see about Dominguez: bring Verdugo back.
LOL.
And it's beginning. I'm reading the Talking Yanks comment section. It's hilarious. Yep, everyone is talking about it. So, top of the fourth, we have a new pitcher in. So, as I was right, that was the last inning for Sean Boyle, not Tim Boyle. Not to get him confused. Yes has not posted his name for some reason. I'm trying to get his name. It is Fernando Cruz, the guy they brought in from the Reds. Last year in 69 games, 3-8 with a 4.86 ERA and 66 2/3 with 109 strikeouts and a WHIP of 1.34. So, looking for a second chance in the Bronx. One of those guys that the Yankees love to bring in who, as he gives up a base hit here, this will probably be a double. Young running the second. Nice throw by Bellinger, not in time. Another one of those project pitchers that the Yankees bringing in, hoping to turn him into something. They are interviewing Aaron Boone right now, so those watching the Yes broadcast. So 1 on, nobody out as Ibanez comes up to the plate. We'll do our best to keep you guys updated with the substitutions too. We know how spring training games can go. You see guys from all levels, from New York all the way down to the Hudson Valley and Tampa.
So our @ is capital P _ pile drivers.
Gotcha. That's for those
X account.
For those from the Big Blue crowd. We just got started. We'll be uploading our next videos tomorrow. We'll be recording them after this game. Do our Yankees and wrestling videos. I can't believe it's good time of year. We got baseball, regular season baseball right around the corner. We're on the road to WrestleMania. So check us out. We'll be covering it all. 1-1 count on Ibanez. Cruz deals. Count low. Pitch low. Fastball at 93. You know, one thing I'm noticing, and Luca, I know you probably noticed it too, being that you used to live here in PA.
Yeah.
Notice the Yankees don't play the Phillies as much as they used to.
No, not as much. I remember.
Dominguez loses another fly ball. He could not track it down. This looks like it'll score a run, and it does. It is 1-0 Tigers.
He didn't even look like he took a proper angle to the ball.
No, he didn't. Definitely did not. That was not good. I'm definitely looking at our Twitter feed there, Mr. Sean. So,
well, it's definitely gonna be amplified now.
Yeah.
I don't want to freak out because it's early, but it's not good. It's definitely not something. It's not something that we can look at lightly.
No, but he's working out.
It's still early. It's not March yet.
It's still early.
We'll definitely, Vinny, we're definitely going to have to address this more later.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll definitely
So
have
we'll
to
see.
address this a little more. Wow, not a strike. Just missed the corner. So, not sure if that run's going to be. Was that ruled an error or was that ruled a hit?
That was.
I believe that was ruled a hit. So that goes against Cruz's ERA.
You're right.
Yep, that does go towards his ERA. Guys, Fernando Cruz ain't it. He's got a 27 ERA. I love. You know what it is. I've said this to Luca a million times. I love early season stats. Like the first 5 days, the stats are always great.
Yep.
And that's strike three. Nice splitter there. One away. Tomorrow, the Yankees will be taking on the Red Sox, Vinny. The first matchup of the rivalry. Yankees are going to head down to JetBlue.
Yep.
Looking forward to that.
It'll be interesting to see if Rafi Devers plays and where he plays.
Well, definitely.
I'm interested about that. That whole situation is a developing story, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Devers situation is going to be.
That's a high ball to left field.
Playing it down.
And that is a 2-run home run.
Oh my goodness!
It is 3-0 Tigers.
Well, I could tell you the exit velo on that one had to be over 100 miles per hour. So.
Yep, that was a moonshot. Dylan Dingler, I think that's how you say his last name, with a 2-run home run. It is 3-0 Tigers.
Yeah, that was crushed.
That ERA just went up to 99.
That ERA.
You're not that guy, Cruz.
Fernando Cruz. I think he's one of the guys not going back to the Bronx.
No, if anything, we will see him in Scranton Wilkes-Barre this year.
Let's see what the exit velo on that. 111.6. The pitch velocity was 94.9. The launch angle was a 23. And the expected batting average, that would have been out in 30 of 30 ballparks.
Oy, oy, oy. So no one on, one out. 2 runs are in. Lee is up. Can't blame Dominguez for that one. There was no way anybody was getting
also
that.
Hit 398 feet, by the way. That ball was hit. Almost 400.
So Yankees going to have some work to do to try to come back into this one.
3-zip.
The 1-1. That is a high fly ball in the shallow center. Bellinger underneath it. Makes the catch. 2 away. 2 down. There's been a lot of hits in this game. 7 hits from the Tigers, 3 from the Yankees in just the top of the 4th. So the hits came fast and furious. The Tigers finally putting runs on the board. Yankees still got some work to do.
So here's a question for you guys. I have a guy like Rafi Devers who says, I'm a third baseman. I want to play third. I have a guy in Marcus Stroman that says he's not going to the bullpen. Then I have a guy in Aaron Judge that says, I'll play center field no matter where you want me to play.
Yep.
Which guy do you want on your team? And I don't.
Well, we could trade Stroman, but no takers.
Yeah, I mean, taking the 2 superstars on either team. Which guy do you?
Hey, look, I would take Devers.
You take. Yeah, well, I mean, if you still have Judge, maybe.
Well, yeah,
I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't take him as your lone star of the team.
Oh no, of course not.
You know,
that's a nice pitch. No nice splitter. I like Cruz's splitter so far. It's been nice. Go ahead, Vinny.
I don't know. Something to be said. And I know I had a kind of a no care attitude about what Stroman said, but man, if you're Devers though, you're the leader of the team. And he doesn't even want to DH the guy.
No.
I mean, he won't even.
No, he wants to play, and I respect that.
But he wants to play third.
So it makes so it's one thing to watch with Red Sox camp is every time Devers is out there, he's going to be playing his hardest because he right now wants to shut a lot of people up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
nice look, strike three. I'll tell you what, Cruz didn't have a great outing there. Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Cruz had a rough outing, but that splitter's looking good. I will say I was impressed with that splitter. So we got to the bottom of the 4th. Tigers now up 3-0. Red Sox, yes, Armand, they do lead 3-0. We play the Red Sox tomorrow, and I have a feeling we're going to see some Boston starters. I know I wouldn't expect much for the Yankees because to JetBlue Park is like a 4 or 5 hour drive, so
yeah,
there ain't going to be no starters there. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's out, what, in Fort Myers?
Yeah, that's about 2-3 hours from Miami. So you got to figure that's going to be.
Do you mean Tampa? Because you just said Miami.
Well, no, yeah, Fort Myers. That's closer to South. That's South Florida. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, hold on.
I'm not even gonna. I don't know Florida as well as you guys. So
Alex Bregman just hit a 2-run home run against the Blue Jays.
there you go, Bregman.
Who
Paying
has-
dividends already.
Who has worst record after the season, Marlins or White Sox?
Oh, the White Sox by far.
White Sox.
Oh my God, the White Sox.
Yeah, but you
by
don't think
far.
that the Marlins are going to be that much fun?
Just my hate for the White Sox, I
I get that.
I would give them another.
But you
20
think the
losses.
Marlins are that much better than the White Sox?
I think they're better than the White Sox.
I think they are too, but you make it sound like you were talking
Oh, no.
Dodgers versus Pirates
You-
here.
I will make you a bet that they have at least 30 more losses.
Better
than the
question is,
Marlins
what
this
is
year.
the over-under for White Sox wins? And we'll put it at 44.
Under?
Under, Luca?
What'd you say, over under 44?
Yeah, for wins.
Under 44. I don't even think they come close to 40.
Oh my God.
I'll say over.
Vinny with the shots fired.
Under 4. It's going to be under 40. I'm telling you. They're not going to win.
That would be funny.
I'd be lucky to win 35
Did you see?
games, that team.
Did you see there was some college team out of Maryland that just ended their 55-game losing streak
Bro.
yesterday?
You know what, though? There's something to be said about deregulating teams or relegating them to like the lower league.
Yeah.
The White Sox would be one of those teams.
I honestly don't even think
Kick
the
them
White
out of the
Sox
major
would-
leagues.
I don't
Kick
think
them
the
out
White Sox
and put a minor league.
I
team
don't
up
even
there.
think they're
Probably
tr-
play
they're
harder.
they're the best team in AAA.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, White
for
Sox
what that
fans.
for what their owner has done to that team.
And I will say, and Vinny, I'm
Tell me
sure
what.
you'll probably agree. You do have to feel bad for the fans.
I do feel bad for the fans. That's why I detest the owner of that
Dietrich
team.
Ends, the new pitcher for the Tigers, pitched in the Korean baseball organization last year with a
Dietrich Ends.
4.19 ERA.
Isn't it
Dominguez grounds to third.
the owner of the
and
White
there's
Sox?
one away.
Is what's his
Oh
name?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I agree, Armand.
What did Armand say? Marlins do have better pitching, and that's well, yeah, the lineups are probably equal, I would say.
I have a great idea. Luca,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to look it up. I think we should all take a road trip to see Marlins versus White Sox this year.
Oh hell no! I wouldn't pay
Luca,
good
where
money
is it
for that.
this year?
I'll look it up.
I wouldn't.
We're
pay-
going to
I would-
Marlins White Sox, boys.
No,
Forget
no,
going
no.
to Pittsburgh.
Not
to
if
the
it's
Yankee
in
game.
not especially not if it's in Chicago.
It is in
I'm
Chicago.
not
It is
giving
in
the owner.
Chicago.
I'm not giving the owner of that
Is
team
this-
my money.
Is this an
I'm
early
not-
April
nope.
type of matchup?
No,
This
actually,
is-
it's in May.
May. Ooh.
It still could be cold enough to where they draw 500 people.
Yeah, I'm
Won't
not
be up for
giving that.
that.
I'm sorry. Not giving the owner my money.
I
I would
think
rather
that
give
be
the
fun.
Marlins. Well, you know, you give
Volpe
the Marlins,
grounds
I'll
to
give the
third.
Marlins on. Ugh,
Fires to first, beats him out.
come on,
2 away.
Volpe.
Throw
Hard
beats
hit
him out.
ball. Hard hit ball.
Ball has definitely been hit hard. They just have not been able to do anything with it. As JC Escara comes up to bat. It's crazy to think too that just a couple years ago, White Sox were being discussed as this next big dynasty.
Yeah, they were the next like World Series dynasty.
Yeah. They were very unlikable. I'll say I'm still not over what happened in the Field of Dreams game. We beat
Because of
them
the way they
5 times that year, and the one game we lose to them is because we put in jerk off Andrew Heaney.
Yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
was a brain dead decision.
I'm
But
still
the way-
bothered by it.
the way they built that team with Eloy and with Eloy
Escara,
Jimenez.
Grounds to first, flips to
The
the
only
pitcher,
player worth anything on that team is Luis Robert.
go
That's
to
it.
the top of the 5th. FanDuel has the White Sox wins over under at 54.5, and the Marlins wins at 63.5. They're being generous. That's an
What
easy.
did you
That's an easy under bet.
have you looked at Pacoda?
Yeah, I have.
Pacoda has.
But yeah,
I
that,
don't.
that's an
I would-
easy under bet.
That's I would bet the under on probably both teams. Well, I don't know. The Marlins, I don't know, man.
No, I think the Marlins stay well under too.
But they're in a way tough. I believe they're in a way tougher division too, though.
Well, that too. That's why I say the
Yeah.
Marlins have no more than
'Cause
50, 55
Who do
wins.
the White Sox? I mean, Cleveland, Minnesota. I mean, they're
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no,
Minnesota,
that's the one thing
Cleveland.
that does benefit the White Sox is
Kansas City's good though.
Yeah,
Kansas
Kansas
City's
City's
good.
good.
Kansas City's
The
gonna
Tigers
be good.
might be good. Let's see if they can.
I picked Kansas City to win the division last year.
Yes, you did. You
Yeah.
did. You did.
And I was pretty close.
I think
if it wasn't for damn Cleveland freaking winning
I
all those
actually
games.
picked Minnesota, and I would have been right had they not collapsed.
Minnesota. I
had
fact that you
Minnesota
didn't see
winning
that
it.
coming. Name a Minnesota team that hasn't collapsed.
That's a great question. Well, their college football
Vikings.
team can't collapse because they stay mid all year.
The Gophers, yeah.
Yeah.
The Gophers aren't very good. I mean, and their basketball team.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Oh yeah, that's true. March Madness is only like 2 weeks away. Too.
Yeah, we should do a bracket, all of us.
We should. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about college basketball, but I
and
throw
we
one
should
out anyway.
we should have a show. We should have a selection show where we select our.
Actually, that's not even a bad
teams.
idea. Luca, bring this up to the executive, Alex GP.
Yeah, Alex,
Yeah.
the executive. He will make the call on this, so make sure he's.
You know what's a shame too is my dad always did one too. He always did a bracket, and he always picked North Carolina just because they were always consistently good. I don't even think aren't they like bad this year? North Carolina.
Let me see.
I'm pretty sure they're not even going to make it.
I don't think they're as good as they've been in the past.
New pitcher is Cam Schlitter. I think that's how you say his name.
Schlittler.
Hudson Valley, Somerset, and Scranton Wilkes-Barre. So he climbed up the ranks last year. This guy is like a stereotypical pitcher, tall, lanky.
Yes.
But
to your North Carolina question, Sean, they are 17-11.
Ooh,
yeah, that's not going to be.
Definitely. That's even worse than not being that good.
Yeah.
For them, that's
downright horrendous.
That's horrible for them.
FanDuel has the Yankees over under 92.5, and the Mets are 91.5.
That was close to pretty close to what Pacoda had. The Yankees winning like 94 games, I think.
Yeah, which I could see that. I'll be honest, you might disagree. I actually think with the new schedule format, playing everybody, it's gonna be it. I don't know if you noticed that the last 2 years, it's been a lot harder to get to 100 wins. You guys notice that too? Like there haven't been as many 100-win teams like
not
what we were used to
years.
before. And I like that because at least then nobody could argue, oh well, this team's schedule is easier than that one's, and no, everybody plays.
Then why do the owners want a salary cap then if we haven't had a 100-win team?
That's foul ball. I agree.
I think we need a floor first.
That
for these teams that teams that pocket money.
Marlins.
I can't stand that. That's another pet peeve.
That bothers me more than what the Dodgers are doing.
But you can't have one without the other. You're not going to get a floor without getting a cap. So
right,
it's unfortunate.
Full count on Matt Vierling. Schlittler deals. Fouled off. That's a name that I feel like has got to be a scary one for the umpires. Not the announcers. I mean
the announcers.
Yeah,
the announcers.
One slip up with that name. Yeah,
that's a name that would bother me.
Yeah.
3-2, outside ball 4. So I think we're at that point now, top of the 5th. I think we're going to start to see in the bottom half. We'll probably start to see these substitutions.
Yeah, I think Bellinger probably comes out. Jazz comes out.
Armand says, I agree, Vinny. A floor needs to happen, but sadly the owners don't want a floor because it would force them to spend. Yeah,
and here's 100%. And the other thing is if you get a floor, then you have to have a cap, and that's what they're saying.
All I'm gonna say is
you'll get a floor, but you're gonna get a cap as well.
All I'm gonna say is I think the CBA is up in like a year or two.
Don't be surprised. December 1st, 2026.
Don't be surprised if there's a lockout.
We're going to get a lockout. Exactly.
That's a base hit. And that's scary when you consider the World Baseball Classic is next year.
And a little dunker.
No, that would be end of I'm sorry, that's end of the year. No, I'm sorry. I thought it was
Here's the other thing. If the owners lock out and they want a salary cap, it's going to be a very long
yes.
work stoppage. Or is it December 3rd? I thought it was December 1st. Okay, December 3rd. Thanks, Armand. So if we have a long stoppage for any reason and a cap is involved, because there's a lot more teams and even the commissioner said, things need to change.
Yes.
Scam Fred, he's going to be
right.
He's going to be in charge. So I don't know.
I will actually talking about Manfred for a quick second.
No. You have to say Scam Fred.
Scam Fred.
Yeah, but I actually support his latest move with ESPN.
Either or.
How do you guys feel about the whole ESPN thing? I actually think Manfred was in the right here.
Actually, I think that's the first really smart idea he's ever had, or smart thing he's ever said. I agree.
So, go ahead, Vinny, finish your
because
thought.
I think ESPN doesn't show enough baseball. They're more concerned about, and granted, football makes more money, obviously.
But even then, they don't. Hockey and basketball get all the
hockey and basketball
first.
Hockey and basketball do good, but hockey, I think, is because they wanted to get hockey back so bad because they lost it.
Yeah.
Right.
Basketball, I don't see why. I mean, the ratings are down in basketball.
So let me ask you guys this. If MLB decides, though, they still want a primetime Sunday night game, what network would you choose? It could be any network, any major network. Where would you put Sunday Night Baseball? It could be anything.
You can't do anything related to Disney or ESPN, so it can't be ABC. It can't be...
No.
Can it be NBC?
It could be NBC. Could be NBC, Peacock. I would say put the games on Netflix. Why not?
I like your thinking because I know MLB would love an idea like that.
Put them on. I don't like Apple necessarily, but put them on Netflix. Fox is okay.
Fox okay, but I think they already get the Saturday games. Plus, we also have to factor in during the summer months. Well, not even. You'll get the first couple months. Fox, you still got to fight with NASCAR because NASCAR and IndyCar have Sunday afternoons into Sunday evenings. And then come end of the season, you still got to worry about football. So
I don't know.
That's the other issue.
What do you think, man? Are you like my Netflix idea or no?
I'll be honest, I'm so with it. I'm not a big fan of Netflix.
Okay, gotcha. I hear you.
So 1 out, 2 on, both are in scoring position, still 3-0. You know what I would do? I'm going to go a little bold here, something a little different. Not different, but I try to see if we can get CBS to do baseball games, do Sunday night games, because at least during football season, your games are done by 7:30, so you just have to schedule the games for 8. The summer months, they really, aside from March Madness in the spring, they really don't have much in the way of sports throughout the summer. Except for golf,
believe CBS did carry games a long time ago.
I think so too. I wouldn't mind seeing. I always love CBS. That's why I'm kind of hoping if there was a network I would pick, I'd go CBS.
Amazon. Armand says I can see Amazon and Prime and start the game at 6 or 6:30. See, but you're also thinking along the same lines as like a Netflix and a
because so Vinny goes streaming.
I think you're gonna, but I think it's gonna go streaming. I just think it's eventually where
that's kind of where
we're headed.
Anyway. We're headed that way.
Yeah, so, that's why I don't.
I just don't like Apple necessarily because
I
don't know. I don't like their presentation. So much.
It's awful. The announcers aren't that good.
I mean, I do like the incorporation. I do like the incorporation of obviously the nice.
Peraza
the incorporation of the analytics, but I just don't. I don't know.
Peraza saved 2 runs right there on that dive and play. Remains 3-0 with 2 outs now.
Well, there's your play, Luca, right there. Peraza makes that play.
Peraza
was in too.
Peraza with the glove. Volpe has his problems today, so I don't know. Do we want to get better on defense or what?
Yes, we do. Yes. Thankfully, it's February 23rd.
It's February 23rd.
Actually, I'm almost certain that probably tomorrow, if most of the starters are staying in Tampa, not traveling down to Fort Myers, that's going to be their number one priority in practice.
So were we going to bring up the beard thing, or were we just going to let it go?
I was going to save that for the video later. But
I want to know what Luca thinks, since he's such a young man and I'm the oldest guy here.
I don't think
Right.
you're going to agree with Luca because me and him talked about it.
If I'm not going to agree with Luca, I'm going to tell everybody now I'm 50, going on 52
Yes.
this month.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Just so you know.
Vinny's birthday is in what, like 2 days?
Next week. It's
Next week?
Gotcha,
Yeah, it's
gotcha.
25th.
20. Oh, yeah, so 2 days.
Yep.
Well, happy early birthday, Vinny.
Yes, happy early birthday.
Thank you. All right, Luca, I want to hear this.
I'm not exactly for it.
Okay.
I like traditionalism with the Yankees. That's something that made them stand out. I don't get what the big deal is with shaving. Yes, guys want to look like players want to look like
Themselves.
themselves. That's fine, all and well. I don't get the big deal with shaving. Is if you have a mustache, that's fine. A little stubble on the beard, that's fine. But you know what? Don't go out here like the 2013 Boston.
Oh, they
Red
already
Sox.
said that's not happening.
They're not.
Yeah.
We're not doing.
Thank
that.
God they said. And
They're not doing
Schlittler
that.
gets out of trouble halfway through.
But I'll use in Alex's terms, we're essentially clapping for the mailman because to me, I don't think this does really anything. Aaron Boone commented on it and basically said, if we lose one player to the beard rule, that's like too many players already. But we're also forgetting that there's more problems with this organization than one,
Yeah,
and
I agree.
it's not going to make House spend money.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I think it's a no. It's a zero thing.
Yeah.
And I will tell you right now, Don Mattingly, who is my favorite player of all time, tested that rule.
Yes.
He had
Yes,
a little
he
bit
did.
longer hair. He would come in a little bit and if you remember some of those games that CC Sabathia and Andy Pettit would pitch,
Yeah,
they would come in with a little bit of facial hair. Who's going to tell a pitcher starting the day that, oh yeah, go shave? They would shave right after the game.
Right.
So people were actually testing it anyway.
Yeah.
I think it's an old rule that George had that was because George was a military guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just an old rule that needed to kind of go away. And then that's coming from the guy who's been like, I'm all for, and I don't want to see the uniforms go to names. I don't want names in the back of
that would be ridiculous.
No,
I don't want that. That's what sets us apart. It's the name. It's you play for the name on the front, you play for the city, you play for the team. You don't play for the name on the back. That's what that stands for.
Right.
But the beard thing is I don't people making a big deal about it. Who cares? I don't care. But I don't want them coming in with Brian Wilson or Sergio Romo.
Yes.
I had heard that there was a thing about Brian Wilson that we could have had Brian Wilson back in the day,
but he wouldn't come.
And he wouldn't come because of the beard thing. Well, you know what? If that's the case and you want to keep your beard like that, I would say, okay, stay home. Don't.
Yeah, that's all. Like Aaron Judge said. Like what Aaron Judge said. If you're worried about that one rule, you shouldn't be here.
But Devin Williams has a great looking beard. Have you seen him?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. The guy's well groomed. Let him have a beard like that if he wants it.
We'll get to your question in just a second. See, the way I look at it is I'm not, like Luca said, I'm not happy about it. It's one of those things that it's not going to change the whole organization as Alex Jackson cranks one foul. But in a way, it feels like the Yankees, see if I can word this correctly, but obviously it doesn't feel like it's World Series or bust for this team anymore. It just doesn't. No. Where if the Yankees still had that attitude of we're playing to win a championship, that as in the front office, I say keep it. But if the Yankees really don't care about winning a World Series the way it feels like it's gone the last couple of years, let them have the beards. That's what I say.
Do you get that? But is it really the beard thing that's the issue? I mean,
no, I'm not saying it's the issue, but I'm saying
like
the Yankees were set apart years ago because of how great we were. We had that high standard. Now there's no high standard anymore.
No,
that's what I'm trying to say.
But
Arenado's. I don't think he's coming to the Yanks.
Yeah, I don't think Arenado's coming here. By the way, yeah. And also to answer that question, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to let you go ahead, Vinny.
No, but I mean, I just do you think the Martian moves to right of center?
He should be in center.
He should be in center, and maybe Bellinger goes to left.
That's what I think they need to do.
I don't know. It depends. It's going to depend on how he plays this spring, and so far, not so good.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
it's
ahead.
only his second game where I'm trying not to overreact to it. There's still time for him to adjust. They still got another month of games to go before opening day.
He's got time.
So,
But with the beard thing, I understand where you guys are coming from, and trust me, I should be the one like going to the top of the, because I know a lot of older guys that are older than me that say, "Oh, now the sky is falling. We're not the Yankees anymore." Oh my God, it's a beard. Come on. I mean, really, it's a beard.
yeah. I mean, look, it's like
Not a
Luca
big.
said,
Again,
it's not
going
going
to
to
be
change.
right.
It's not going to change whether we win or lose, or if we, it's not going to change everything. I don't think it does. But it does feel like we lost the prestige before the beard thing. Let's be
Right, that's fair.
110% honest. We lost the prestige. To me, we lost the prestige when Boone became our manager, but that's just how I look at it. So, next question we have is: do you think Peraza makes team because he's out of options?
I'm sorry to interrupt, Sean. I was actually going to comment on the Yankees prestige thing. I think my biggest problem with the Yankee organization right now is a ton of arrogance. Number one,
I agree,
that's
100%.
number one. Number two, I think they're trying to, and it sounds like really stupid because you obviously have Aaron Judge on this team. I think they try to sell their past as their present, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
We're the Yankees. We won 27 championships. Our GM, who was, won the 2009 championship. We didn't win one too long ago. We didn't go to a World Series not too long ago. It's all about the past.
Like I said, if you think about it, the only thing Hal really missed out on last year was selling World Series merch. He had all his home games, all the max home games he could get. What money did he really lose? I don't think he really cared that much, if you ask me, that we lost. That might sound harsh. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the 27 World Series championships actually. I mean, it means something to us because we're fans, but I mean, if you say that to anybody that's like younger than, another fan, they'll say, "Well, that was before I was even alive." Like,
yeah. Well, and
what does that mean to me? What have you done lately?
I'm sorry, but if you're a Yankee fan and you're still using that in your arguments over what team is better, you're not a real fan. I'm sorry, you're just not. I mean, if you want to argue history, fine. Pull out 27 rings, whatever, this, that, and the other thing. But if you're going to sit here and argue with me right now and say, "Oh, well, we got 27 rings, we're still the best."
but there are people that do that, Sean, and that's
I know, and I'm saying those aren't real fans.
No, they're not. They're not. They're not real fans. But
give me 1 second.
We got 2 new questions, but Vinny finished.
Okay. No. I'm done with that. That's just kind of a thing that younger people don't,
Well, you got to remember, there's a generation of Yankee fans now that have never seen us win the World Series. How do you know that? I'm one of them. So,
yeah, I've seen them. I've seen everything from 1980 on.
Yeah,
I've seen the good and the bad, though.
My dad saw everything from the 70s up until this past season. So he saw the good and the bad.
That late 80s team,
horrendous.
Early 90s team, not very good.
No, they're not. So we got 2 questions here. I'll reread it. The first one: do you think Peraza makes team because he's out of options? I think he makes the team. I just don't know that he's a starter. I don't think they're going to start him. And it sucks to say, but I think he does make the team.
He will make the team, yeah.
And the other question is: do you like it that Boone got a new contract? I'm just going to say this.
We're so far apart on this.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. I don't like it, but it's not a Boone, like Vinny has said before on our last our last recording, actually. Boone is exactly who the Yankees want. So there's no reason for me to start ranting about it anymore because this is, again, the Yankees, this is who they are now.
Who's the manager of the LA Dodgers, by the way?
Dave Roberts.
He won the World Series, right?
Yeah, not because of Dave Roberts.
Well, exactly. Would you say that Dave Roberts is about the same as Aaron Boone?
Yes.
Okay, well then that's your answer right there.
Okay, but
I like the fact that they re-signed him because who else are you going to get to manage the team?
Yeah, but here's my thing though. Yes, Dave Roberts got bailed out by talent. What did Boone help us win that World Series? No, I think he cost us the World Series because you and I both
Game 1.
He's the one who's making the bonehead decisions. And
He's also not a leader of men. Let's get that forward. That's another
no,
problem
he's
with the
not.
Yankee culture. There's no leader here. I'm gonna call it like it is. There's no leader in the Yankee club.
I think
It's not Aaron Judge. It's not Aaron Boone.
those guys are done, Luca. Those guys are gone. They've been gone since Mattingly left. They've been gone.
And
Maybe you could go to like what's his name? Who was the who was the our outfielder for the longest time?
recent or
No, he was on the 2000. It was like a rookie in 2009.
talking Gardner?
Talking about Brett Gardner.
Gardner was the last like tough,
Oh yeah,
gritty guy you had.
well, the CC Sabathia too.
Listen,
yeah.
all I needed to know was that Aaron Judge, after Game 1 of the World Series, came out and said a loss is a loss. He didn't say that wasn't unacceptable. He said a loss is a loss. That's all I need to know about his leadership.
Yeah,
Judge
nice play by the second baseman. I don't know who that is.
And then once Jeter retired,
yeah, that was it.
You know,
that's
so those guys aren't around.
And this whole thing just backs up my argument about the prestige is gone. It's just it's gone. By the way, that leaping catch that was made was by Matthias. I never heard of him.
By the way, we got all the substitutions right here. We got all the substitutions.
Luca, would you like to read them or?
Yes, I'll read them. Andrew Velasquez replaces third baseman Oswald Peraza at third. Jared Wegner replaces right fielder Duke Ellis. Omar Martinez replaces catcher Alex Jackson. Alexander Vargas replaces Anthony Volpe. Cole Gabrielson replaces Jason Dominguez. Brendan Jones replaces Cody Bellinger. TJ Rumfeld replaces Paul Goldschmidt. And Juan Matthias replaces Jazz Chisholm.
So I'll ask you guys this then. Any takeaways from the starters? Aside from Dominguez, because I know that's going to be a huge topic of conversation today. Any significant takeaways? I mean, honestly, I would say if there's one person I was impressed with, it was Sean Boyle. I thought he pitched a nice outing today, and I was impressed with his stuff. He got into trouble, but he got out of trouble. So if I had to pick somebody from the first half I was happy with, it was Sean Boyle. Luca, how about you?
Yeah, I would say not really much, but Sean Boyle showed some nice stuff. I like the changeup of his, though.
Yeah. Vinny?
Yeah, I mean, I'll third that, I guess, Boyle. And it was nice to see Jazz and Bellinger get hits. In the game. So that's good. And it was nice to see Ascara get a hit, too.
He had
a shot.
Got a nice shot, as our DH. But other than that, and now going forward, we just look at the younger guys and see how they play. So,
and to answer, no, Andrew does not make the team. I like Velasquez. He's not making the team. And is Bellinger going to play right? No, Judge is playing right. Bellinger is, as of now, the starting center fielder.
Yeah, I don't think Judge plays left or center this year.
No.
I think he's either
and actually that was
on his days when he's not playing the field. And
I know we were trying to kind of get Soto to we were trying to get Soto to stay. I was not a fan of putting Judge in right last year. At center, I mean. I was not happy with that. I'm glad he didn't get hurt, but we know Judge has a bit of an injury past. I was skeptical all year about it. I'm glad Judge is back in right where he belongs.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit worse in center field, first of all. Second of all, may I add, I don't think the Yankees handled that portion of their offseason right. I would have personally went after Teoscar Hernandez a little harder, put him in center. No, put him in left, put Dominguez in center, Judge in right, then you have Bellinger playing first base.
I could see that.
Yeah, then we wouldn't have had to get
Goldschmidt.
Yep. So
yeah, I can get behind that. Plus Teoscar killed us, so he couldn't kill us if we had him. That would be nice. Oh yes. So we're going into the bottom of the sixth. Yankees still down 3-0. The offense has not been able to get much going. Just 3 hits, one from Chisholm, one from Bellinger. So 2 positives to take away. And look at and Ascara had the other hit. So they're showing an injury report on Chase Hampton, one of the Yankees' top minor league pitching prospects, had Tommy John surgery Friday, will miss the entire season and probably most of spring training next year. He's their number 3 prospect in the organization per Baseball America. So hope Chase Hampton gets well. So,
absolutely.
trying to see who's up to bat now. Yes has got to get their stuff together. They're not showing who the hitter is.
What's the
Andrew
graphic
Velasquez.
doing?
There we go. Andrew Velasquez played in AAA for the Gwinnett Braves last year, hit 242. Luca, what do you think about this comment? Max Fried wouldn't have come here if we got Hernandez? I don't know about that.
I could see on terms of money aspect, but Hal, again, being cheap, he's not going to go over the Cohen tax. So that's that. I think that's a plausible argument. But again,
I like that.
But again, I also have issues with the length of the contract of Max Fried personally. I like him as a pitcher, top 5, top 10 when he's at his best. Arm injury issues. That's the problem.
I agree. Up to bat now, TJ Rumfield. I actually like him as a first baseman. He had 294 with Somerset and Scranton last year, 15 home runs, 73 RBIs, 824 OPS. Wouldn't mind seeing him as our future first baseman someday. I know we're looking for the long term. We don't know where we're going to go with that yet. Nice play by the left fielder. I think it's Jahmai Jones that made a diving catch. He's an infielder. What is he doing in left?
Maybe he's a utility guy.
It might be. But nice play by Jahmai Jones. But yeah, honestly, if you're looking long term, I'd love to see. I wouldn't mind seeing Rumfield as our future first baseman. Armand likes that too, Luca. Cohen tax.
Yeah. And Murakami's coming out next year, so who knows? Maybe Vlad Guerrero Jr. as well.
Yeah. I want to say this. I'm glad you brought that up. I do not want Vladimir Guerrero Jr. as Alexander Vargas comes up to bat. I do not want Vlad Jr. He wants the same money as Soto, and he's not that good. I'm sorry. He's good. He's not that good.
Well, when you're the best player on a Toronto team that's somewhat mediocre, you're kind of magnified a bit.
Somewhat, they are mediocre.
Yeah.
They are chronic underachievers. That Blue Jays team they've had the last couple years should have been way better than I think we can all agree on that.
Absolutely.
That Blue Jays team should have been competing with us.
They don't even compare to like the Blue Jays teams in the mid 2010s when they had Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion, Marcus Stroman, those guys. That was a real Blue Jays team. Yeah, these guys are just fakers.
Yeah, like I said, chronic underachievers. That's why I said I do not want Vladdy. He wants almost $500 million. He's not worth that.
I completely agree.
There's no way we're gonna get him anyway. I don't think.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if he went to the Mets. Mets are just going to go and buy everybody.
I don't want a guy that doesn't want to play for us, honestly.
Plus,
well, I don't know because remember, Vinny, he liked the post on Instagram about him in a Yankee uniform.
Yeah, that's so big.
I'm sure he's trying to get the dollars up. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's using leverage, but Benji says Vlad going to the Mets. I know Alonso, I think, has an opt-out after this year, so maybe. But I'll tell you something. Pete Alonso cost himself a lot of money this offseason.
Yes, he did. Well, was it more him or was it Boris? That's the real question.
It could be both because I think the Mets try to offer him like a 3-year contract. I don't remember the money value. Armin's eventually going to tell me, but he's like, nope. He waited, and then he and Boris caved. And yeah, that's what you got.
They knew, and actually, I will say if there was one thing I loved about the Goldschmidt deal is knowing that we weren't getting him. I do not like Pete Alonso either. I think he's got too much of an ego, and it's not in a good way. And he's a 220 hitter. I'm sorry, I'm not a big Pete Alonso fan. Strike 3, Vargas swings at a pitch in the dirt. We're going to the 7th, still 3-0 Tigers.
I actually have a hot take, but
go ahead.
I would have actually preferred Pete Alonso over Paul Goldschmidt. Hot take.
Vinny, thoughts?
No.
Goldschmidt at 37 years old, knowing what the Yankees to do past their prime stars.
Long term, that's probably that is the better solution. But I don't, like I said, I don't like his attitude.
I don't like he replicates so much of what we already have. I would rather have a guy that actually, but he at least puts the bat on the ball every so often. Alonso's too much swing and miss.
Actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Goldschmidt had a better batting average. I care about that stat. I know people don't. I do.
Not really but I think other than the playoffs, Alonso had a horrid year. At least
that's the other problem.
Goldschmidt started bringing it. Goldschmidt started bringing it together in the second half last
Well, and
year.
the thing is,
He
too,
played on a bad team too.
like Aaron Judge, Pete Alonso is not one to show up when it counts.
That's true to a point. Yeah.
So
Goldie,
you were talking about
Goldie's definitely better than Rizzo.
I want to go back to Max Fried for a second. So his arm injury last year, he had a forearm injury.
Right.
So the guy does not throw hard. I don't think the injury part of it is going to be a bad thing for Fried. I think that long-term contract is a little better with him because he doesn't throw as hard as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I think he pitches more to contact than anything else.
Right.
I think he's going to be better for us in that long-term deal than Garrett Cole's going to be in his long-term deal.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you Fried will last probably longer than Cole as far as good pitching goes. Because Max Fried's not going to he doesn't have swing and miss stuff. He throws a lot of ground balls, and he's very, and he had a finger blister and a forearm injury. And yes, he had 2 forearm injuries 2 years in a row. But I don't know. I don't know. I think you're still going to get a good Max Fried for.
I think
No, like that goes without saying. I'm just concerned about the injuries because the Yankees like to sign injury-prone pitchers.
Yeah.
I
know.
I like Fried as a pitcher, but again, just the injuries and the long-term contract are just my concerns.
Right, but no, I understand that, and I understand the being gun shy about it because obviously we always pick up these injured guys, but
right.
I still think the way he pitches, I don't think, he was only barreled up like 81% of the time, like hard hit wise.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, for a pitcher, that's not good. It's not bad though.
New pitcher is Hartlieb for the Yankees.
So anyway,
against
that was Jones. My thing about that. But
and Armand, he confirmed it.
Pete hit 240, right?
Yeah, Pete hit 240. Goldschmidt hit 245. Like I said, it's a hot take. In today's society, I still think batting average matters. I don't care what anybody says.
I still like Goldie's other statistics better than I
like I said, I think Luca's right to an extent though, because if you're looking long term, you'd have a first baseman for a couple of years. But in terms of who I'd rather have, I still think I'd rather have Goldie. But do you think Spencer Jones comes up this year? If he does, it's only going to be as a September call-up. There's no room for him.
September call-up.
There's no room for him. I'm hoping he has a big year in AAA. I'm going to be going to a lot of games this year because I want to see if he makes AAA, which I think he should. I'm going to go and I want to see how he does.
And the Pete Alonso thing is not saying that he was my number one, but the Yankees missed out on Christian Walker.
Yeah, I wanted Christian Walker. Really.
I wanted him.
Yeah,
the Yankees missed out on Josh Naylor.
Well, no, it wasn't even that the Yankees missed out on them. It's that they wouldn't go for them.
Exactly. And the whole problem was with Walker not with Walker. The Yankees didn't want to give up like a compensatory draft pick or something. That was ridiculous, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
What does a comp pick mean in baseball?
You want exactly because look, not saying that the draft ain't a big deal for the MLB, but you don't see these guys for 4 or 5 years anyway.
Exactly.
Most big names aren't even coming out of college. A lot of them come from the DR, Japan, Korea, whatever.
It's the international league.
Yeah.
International market. Yeah.
So this pitcher that's in now, he was a Colorado Rocky. In 5 games, he had a 9 ERA in 9 innings. So he's averaging a run an inning.
Yeah, but how many of those games were at home?
That's also a good question.
So playing in Colorado,
I think we go there this year too.
Inflated.
Right? I think we go to Colorado this year. Yeah, because they played in New York last year.
Yeah, Nolan. What's his name? Nolan Jones.
Yep.
Yes.
Killed us in that series.
I was at a party too, watching that game, and I was the only. That was actually Vinny for reference. It was at one of the WSIA members' parties.
Right.
And they had the game on at the pizza place we were at. Everybody's in a joyous mood. I'm sitting there watching us blow. I think it was like I don't remember how. I remember we blew the lead tonight on a Sunday game.
Yeah, we blew the lead.
That was a rough day.
Yeah, pretty bad.
That was a bad day.
Hey Jeffrey, how you doing, man?
What's up, Jeffrey?
How you doing, Jeffrey? Welcome to the stream. And if you just joined us, that means you missed the beginning. But Tigers lead 3-0.
Yeah, you know what, Benji? I would have taken Carlos Santana. I like Carlos Santana.
That's fair.
I think Carlos Santana would be great at first for us, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, I would have taken Josh Bell too. But
I
we
like
didn't.
Josh Bell.
I love Josh Bell.
Oh,
I love to have
Jahmai
a switch.
Jones got rung up on a low pitch. He immediately went to the umpire for a replay. Seen a lot of ABS today.
Don't point at your helmet. You got to tap your helmet on the top.
Also, as well, great
Let's
point by
see.
Armand. He was not my first choice for free agency. I wanted
Oh,
Carlos
yeah.
Santana as a free agent. Or this is somebody
Clearly a ball.
somebody I mentioned. I would have 100% traded for Yandy Diaz to play third base.
No, Jeffrey. We unfortunately we will not be doing that game tomorrow.
Yeah, Yandy would have been even.
Oh, they moved the game back to 4? They did? I
They
didn't see that.
moved back to 4. Okay.
I didn't even. Did they?
But I would have taken Santana or Josh.
Oh,
Bell.
they did.
Or Naylor. I mean Naylor too. Even though I don't like his. I mean I'm not.
I'm wondering. I'm wondering if maybe they're calling for rain tomorrow. That's why they moved the game back. But it's the only 4 o'clock. That's actually the latest game of the day.
Are they?
And Cookie Carrasco is starting tomorrow, by the way, against Tanner.
Good old Cook. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that game here.
Cookie
That game was
Carrasco.
originally planned, but I know the Twins are going to Atlantic City tomorrow. So.
Well, I'm actually going to school tomorrow. My brother's going to AC.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, like I said, we won't be probably won't be live for that. Actually, I do have the next Pinstripes and Pile Drivers live stream with me and Vinny, and assumingly probably Alex and Luca too. They probably be joining us in a lot of these games. Our next stream is not this. The next Yankees stream will be Monday, March 3rd, when the Yankees take on the Pirates at 6:35. The next stream for our channel for me and Vinny will be this Saturday at the Elimination Chamber for the next WWE PLE. Did I cut out there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't hear you. No.
Okay, no, because when I came back, the screen was white. I panicked. Yeah, it's supposed to rain in the morning, says Jeffrey. Makes sense. And that's going to be, they'll do everything they can to get that game in because it's Yankees Red Sox. Even though it's only spring, that's a big draw for that crowd. And I think they play in Tampa too in a couple weeks. But I'll definitely be watching. I know Vinny is too. Vinny, if you're ever looking for good info on the Red Sox, Vinny is a Yankee fan, but Vinny does follow a lot of WEEI, the Boston sports talk stations. So
yeah,
you ever have questions about Boston? Vinny is definitely your guy.
I'm usually pretty up on what Boston's doing as far as the Patriots and the Red Sox and
do we have
the Celtics?
I'm gonna get a.
Do you want to
I'm
look at that score?
Not really, but I'm gonna.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look at that score.
I'll tough it out this time because Luca's been doing it all stream. So
let's
get an update on the Knicks, shall we?
Oh boy,
I'm not looking forward to this. Where's my Google? Can't find Google.
Down by 40.
I got a new phone, so I'm trying to figure out where all my stuff is.
Down by 40, or lost by 40.
Well, the game started at 1, so I don't think it's over just yet.
Yeah.
What's this?
It's 2:47.
Okay,
the Knicks.
Getting a Knicks update, but being that I'm just signing into a new phone, I gotta go through this whole this whole freaking process.
Language.
Well, Luca doesn't care.
No, I don't care.
They don't care about cursing on their channel.
Okay.
We try to be a little more clean, but it is 87 79. Celtics are up 34 seconds in the third.
I'll say this for the record, it wasn't always like that.
No, the Knicks are starting to make a comeback, but Boston's still
low scoring game.
91% chance at Boston still winning.
A defensive battle.
Well, the Celtics were blowing us out for a while. I do know that.
I'm okay with 87-79.
Yeah, at least they're still in it. I know,
being in it, it's good.
Last one against Cleveland, last one against Boston, they were out of it after the first quarter. So,
swing and a miss. That was a nice
top
pitch,
of the seventh,
actually.
1 on, 1 out.
That was a nice pitch.
That is a high fly ball in the shallow right. Catch is made. Right fielder was definitely having a hard time picking that up. excuse me, but made the catch.
But you know,
2 away.
there's one team I must say that I haven't been able to go see live, but it's had an awesome year. That's St. John's, and I'm not even a college
Yes.
basketball fan.
Yeah,
But
St. John's has been having a great year.
I'd be
this year.
pulling for them.
I've always with college
Patino.
basketball, I can never fully get into it because there's like so many other sports I'm watching at the same time. But St. John's, like what I'm just reading in the papers, like they're one hell of a like they just
Patino
beat
has
you. They
that
beat
team
UConn
well.
today. They beat
Yeah.
UConn today.
Yeah, Patino has that team playing very well.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time before Patino got that team to play well anyway. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were due. Up to bat now, Roberto Campos. 272 hitter in the minors for the Tigers. Fouled behind the screen. I keep saying, Luca, and I'll say the same thing to you, Vinny. We got to get down to spring training.
Yes.
We're overdue. We've been wanting to go for a while.
yeah, Florida in the winter would be nice.
Oh, we've done it before. Me and Luca and Alex, we went a couple times in January, and that's the best time to go. It doesn't rain, and it's always 85 and sunny. I think, Luca, what'd you say? First pitch weather was like 74 and clear skies?
74 degrees and sunny.
Oh, I wish. Although I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with my 35 degrees here in Pennsylvania. That's warm considering what we've had.
So backup. So Benji asks about backup catcher. I know we had already gone over this, but
like I said, I'm rooting for JC Escara. Nice strikeout.
Escara or Jackson, I would think.
Yeah, like I said, I'm rooting for Escara
with Ben Rice as the emergency.
Yeah.
If Ben Rice even makes the team, I don't even.
That's true. Well,
if he makes the team out.
Chances are, if he does, it's going to be as a backup first baseman.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm surprised that they haven't tried to shift him back to catcher, knowing that that was always his position. That whole thing with first base only started when he got called up. He was never really a first baseman. That was just his secondary position.
Right.
So I'm actually a little surprised that they don't want him in that running.
Right.
Yeah, and Jeffrey, yes, Bregman definitely, his bat definitely plays really good at Fenway for sure. I mean, obviously, at the press conference they kind of made a joke of it where Cora said, "Oh, he can hit at any park," but yeah, he definitely will knock a lot of balls, put a lot of balls either over the Green Monster, or he'll hit the Green Monster, and so, definitely Bregman's bat plays. I think his bat actually plays better in Fenway than it does at Yankee Stadium. So,
oh yeah, I agree. So real quick, it's been a while since we've done one. I'll do this one. Do a little out of town scoreboard, shall we? A little spring training out of scoreboard. Obviously, in our game, we're losing 3-0. In Bradenton, the Pittsburgh Pirates lead the Minnesota Twins 5-1. That game's in the bottom of the 7th. By the way, stay tuned on both our channels because me, Alex, Luca, and possibly Vinny will be in Pittsburgh for the Yankees Pirates series in April. In Clearwater, right across the bridge, the Orioles lead the Philadelphia Phillies 5-1. That game's in the top of the 7th. I always like when those two play because I don't know if you watched those games last year between the Orioles and Phillies. They were all great games. The Tampa Bay Rays lead the Atlanta Braves 4-0. That game's in the top of the 7th. In the Mets split squad game, they lead the Marlins 1-0. That game is in the bottom of the 6th. In Jupiter, Florida, the Astros lead the Cardinals 8-5, top of the 6th, high scoring game there. In the other Mets split squad game, the Nationals have dominated, leading the Mets 9-3, going into the top of the 6th. Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 4-2. That game is in the top of the 5th. And in about 10 minutes or so, Cactus League play will get underway. The Rockies will play the A's. A-grade matchup there, Rockies-A's. I'm sure that's another one we should plan a road trip for. Am I right? Rockies-A's, anyone? No?
Yeah, no.
Why not?
A little minor league ballpark if that's being played in Sacramento.
Sacramento, no.
True.
No thanks.
Although
I've been to Sacramento. Not my type of place.
Well, and I've heard those tickets sold out quick in Sacramento. They said that
there's nothing else. There's nothing else going on over there.
But I wondered,
except for the Kings.
What are they doing with the River Cats, the Giants AAA team? Are they going to play somewhere else, or or what? What's going to be the deal with that? Like, because
I don't know about that.
I know with the Tampa situation, they're just going to have the Yankees Tampa team play on the backfield, and they're upgrading that so that people could still watch. But they haven't heard anything about the River Cats yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, to wrap it up.
By the way, I got a real quick thing regarding this. 6 Sacramento River Cats home games are being relocated to Tacoma.
Really?
Yes.
Really? They're going to Washington. They're going to.
Why
they're
Washington?
They're playing in Rainier Stadium. Then I've been there. Nice stadium.
Well, that's your neck of the woods. Or used to be anyway.
I did go to a few Tacoma Rainiers games. It's a nice stadium.
That's weird though. Why Tacoma? Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me finish this up real quick.
That's interesting.
Rangers Cubs getting started 3:05. White Sox Royals also at 3:05. Diamondbacks Mariners will be going about 3:05. That's a good matchup. Brewers Rockies, that'll be going about 3:05, 3:10. Rivalry matchup Padres Dodgers taking place at 3:05. And Reds and Giants getting going at 3:05. That's Cactus League play. That'll be getting going in about 10 minutes or so. Brennan Jones up to bat for the New York Yankees. Yeah, I don't understand that. Like the River Cats, you play in Sacramento. There's no
Northern
team in that area. I'd rather have them just let them play in the AAA stadium because at least then the
Northern California trip to Washington isn't that bad, but still, like I don't.
But there's no Giants fans there, so it's like at least in
that's a weird spot.
But you said only 6 games had to be relocated.
Yeah, I think it was either in June or mid-May.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I guess if it's early enough in the season, it doesn't matter that much. That's still I can't get over that. That's because, like I said, I know with the Tampa Tarpons, the Yankees low A team, they're just going to put them on the backfield because obviously the Rays are going to be playing in our stadium, which they did allow. They were talking about a little bit in the game on Friday. They are going to let the Rays kind of redecorate the stadium, if you will, with their stuff, which is only fair. I mean, I think the only person I would ever be against that would be George. George probably wouldn't even let them play in our stadium, if I'm going to be 115% honest with you. But 2, George letting another an AL East team take over our own stadium, I don't think he'd be okay with that either. But obviously, looking at it circumstance-wise, we get why it was done, and honestly, respect to the Yankees for doing that. What did this do with the suspenders and the cowboy hat?
I saw that.
I know you're in the South, but like you're not that far south. I don't know. Florida's not really the South to me. Florida's just its own thing.
Benji's asking if Dom Smith has a chance to make the team.
No.
I don't think so.
I'd be stunned if that was the case.
If Dom Smith.
Rafael Flores up to bat.
What was I going to say?
Well, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce the Tigers pitcher's name? I feel like you might know a little bit better than I do.
I'm going to guess I was trying to look it up myself.
Balazovic?
It's probably Slovakian.
Yeah, I say that's closer to your heritage than mine, so you might know. By the way, nice base hit for Flores. Some breaking news this morning. Giancarlo Stanton won the I Didn't Know He Was Irish award. And this is a real thing if you don't believe me. Look it up. Giancarlo Stanton is Irish.
Well, I knew that earlier than some people.
I didn't know that.
So, well, yeah, his original first name was Mike.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
So I always wondered like if he was like, African American, Latin.
Yeah.
I think he's like half Puerto Rican.
Is he?
Puerto Rican, yeah.
Okay.
And he's Irish. I don't. Yeah. Is he Italian? I don't think so.
I don't think
Giancarlo, I would have thought.
Giancarlo is. Yeah, but that is kind of an Italian name, though.
Yeah.
Giancarlo.
That's true. I mean, I think the only reason that I speculate that is because of John Sterling's call, but because I think that call was Italian.
Armand's comments pretty funny.
Didn't they have him do the first spring training game, John Sterling?
Yeah.
Well, no, Sterling's done.
Is he done?
Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, because we have the guy from Seattle.
Yeah. I like him. I still
I
kind of
love him.
I
love
still
that
feel
guy.
bad for Justin Shackle though. I
I
like
still
Justin
love him.
Shackle. I feel like he kind of earned that spot.
Well, yeah, but I do when you can bring in a veteran like that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Like
a
I said,
vet, and he's always wanted to do it. He's one of those
he's a
guys
New
that,
York
like,
kid, right?
yeah, he's a New York guy. He's when I heard that, I was like, oh, this guy's awesome.
My prediction for Carlos Carrasco is he's going to start opening day for the Rail Riders. He's going to pitch tomorrow, so we'll see what we get out of him. But I think he's going to be the Rail Riders opening day starter. But I don't. That's if he even stays with the team after the spring. Who knows? He might, doesn't make the bigs. He might want to go somewhere else. But yeah, I think we'll see him in Scranton. And the runner gets almost picked off. Got a little too far off the bag. He stumbled, made it back. It'll be nice in a couple weeks when we do these games and it's a little more starters later in the game.
Yeah.
Right now, like, I'm enjoying it because it's the Yankees, but there's a lot of these guys that, you only really saw in Hudson Valley, Tampa. Makes it interesting.
Of course.
But yeah, like I said, reminder, the next stream me and Vinny are doing on the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers podcast, that's a double play to end the inning, will be Monday, March 3rd, which is about 8 days from now when the Yankees take on the Pittsburgh Pirates at 6:35. Hoping by then we'll get to see some more starters. I think Aaron Boone said by March 1st we'd start to get to see guys like Judge and others in the lineup. So hopefully that night being a home game, we'll finally get to see some more guys. I'm interested to watch that Pirates team too. I hope we get to see Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens would be nice to see. By the way, Dave Sims, by the way, just so you know, before he went to Seattle, he worked on, I believe it was WCBS, and then he worked on in FAN.
Yes.
Between 89 and 93 with Ed Coleman.
Yes.
And yeah, so he is definitely a New York guy.
Yes, he is.
I mean, after Dave Niehaus passed away, they needed a guy in Seattle, so they picked up Dave Sims in 2007, and I really respected Dave Niehaus a lot over there in Seattle.
I agree with Armand. I think the only way you have any chance of seeing them too is if we get a lot of injuries in this.
If there's a lot of injuries, well, don't knock on wood, please.
Yeah,
make sure you knock on something.
Do you think they make any signings or trade before the season? No, because they already said they're not gonna go and get anybody else until Stroman's gone, and nobody's taking Stroman. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, kind of. That's gonna be.
That's really what's tying us down. I don't agree with the decision, but
we're going where we got.
I'm not Brian Cashman, so I don't really have much say in that.
So what happens now if we go to the Bronx? We go up to the big team, and we have 6 starters. Who goes to the bullpen?
I'll be honest. I think Stroman sits out.
I think
he will literally hold out.
But then that's just. But see, then you're just wasting a spot. Then
that's what I agree. But with his attitude, I'm. Something tells me that's what's going to happen. And honestly, I don't really understand what the surprise is. Like,
I still think
we knew Stroman was
starters.
I would go 6 starters, but they ain't going to do it.
I would go 6 beginning of the year.
I think they should have been doing that anyway.
It would alleviate all the problems, and Cole would get a little bit of rest.
Yeah, exactly.
But Cole doesn't want to go. He doesn't want to go every 6th day. He wants to go every 5th day. So we'll just cater to him.
Yeah. New pitcher Arias pitched for the Cubs system last year in AA and AAA. Had a 4.77 ERA.
You like the way he's wearing the hat, by the way? Like
I just noticed that.
The side,
but why to the
didn't
right?
Didn't CC used to wear it that way? Didn't
Pineda, was it Pineda?
Pineda did.
Pineda did. CC did a little bit.
But I never understood why to the right. Wouldn't you want it over your left eye since you're looking from your left eye down to the batters? I don't know. That never made sense to me.
Yeah, Benji, I like Chafin. I kind of wanted Chafin if we weren't going to get Tim Hill back, but
yeah, I like Chafin.
That's a high fly ball in the left field and deep. This one's got a chance back at the wall. It is foul.
I don't know if we're going to be able to be picking up anybody else unless we get rid of Stroman, like Sean said.
Yeah. That's why I don't think we get Arenado or anything like that because one.
I still don't. I still think that's stupid. I don't think that should keep us out of getting
Well, because they
Arenado, because St. Louis already said they don't want Stroman.
Exactly,
So,
but the Yankees won't compromise. That's the thing. You know how trying to trade with the Yankees is almost impossible.
Because I kind of want Arenado, just to kind of prove that he still has something left.
Right.
I guess maybe that's why I kind of wanted Goldschmidt too. But
the only issue you'd have with that is you'd have to give up one of the 3 third basemen fighting for, like Peraza or Cabrera.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to move. Yeah, you don't want to move Peraza back
because they're not going to trade LeMahieu. LeMahieu's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But Cabrera, you can't really stunt the growth of Peraza and Cabrera, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm torn on that one.
Yeah. Lorenzo up to bat. Count 2-2. Top of the 8th. This game's flying by. It's only 3:05 and we're in the top of the 8th.
I like Arias' arm. I like his arm angle.
Yeah.
The way he throws the ball.
And again, he fits that like Schlittler, whatever you say his name. He's like a stereotypical type of pitcher, tall, kind of lanky.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a nice
sinker. Yeah, gives him a different arm angle.
So they're showing the upcoming schedule. They play at Fenway South tomorrow. So they stay in Fort Myers for 2 days. They play the Red Sox and Twins. Next home game Wednesday against the Cardinals, 1:05. Thursday they're at Clearwater to play the Phillies. Friday night they got Toronto at home, first night game of the year. Saturday we get a rivalry game with the Astros. Wow.
So is that still a rivalry since even though Tucker's not there?
Only because Altuve
Bregman's not there.
Right.
And then next Sunday they're in Atlanta.
There's no the pitchers that were there, like Verlander's not there anymore.
It's I think the rivalry is only for Altuve. Kind of like what Trae Young is to Knicks fans, Altuve is to Yankee fans.
Yeah.
But that's weird. They're playing in the spring. That you don't normally see that. That's a base hit. You don't see those two play too often. But I know we get the Subway Series this spring too. I mean, we got one game between the Mets and the Yankees in Tampa.
That's
going to
be that Subway Series is going to be wild.
I agree.
And it's just because one guy left one team to go to the other.
Yeah,
it's going to be even wilder than it already was.
Judge and Soto been kind of going at each other. I can't wait for that first Friday game. I hope we kill the Mets. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't even be mad if we threw it Soto either. But you didn't hear that from me.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to throw it Soto.
If Yankees don't throw it anybody, so
no, they don't. But Soto kind of deserves it. Jerk off. Anyway,
tell us how you really feel, Sean.
You know exactly how I feel. I feel like Roman Reigns does to Seth Rollins, which just means if Aaron Judge feels the same way.
Did he really hit you in the back with a chair? Did he do that to you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay. A metaphorical chair to the back?
Yeah.
He was hurt by Juan Soto.
He was hurt by Juan Soto.
I was. Well, I'm hurt.
Look at Glaber with the beard. Oh my God.
That's part of the Yankee tradition. You leave the Yankees.
He looks like a different guy.
He
looks like a different guy.
Honestly, the guy hitting looks almost like him.
Yeah.
Now, that's a beard there.
Didn't this guy play with the Mets, Nito? Didn't Nito play with the Mets?
Yeah, he was with the Mets.
Yep.
Subway Series 4th of July weekend will be fireworks. I agree.
4th of July.
Also, did you see the first matchup when the
Mets Clay Holmes too? Yeah, if Clay Holmes starts too, that'd be another one.
Well, not only that, but what's interesting is that first Subway Series at Yankee Stadium the week before Memorial Day, they're doing kind of like a college football rivalry weekend style thing where they're having all like geographical rivalry matchups that weekend. I'm a huge sucker for crosstown and cross-state rivalries.
So they're doing like the college football thing.
So they're gonna have like the Phillies playing the Pirates. They're gonna have the Dodgers and the Angels, Cardinals, Royals. They're doing all those matchups in one weekend. I thought that was cool. They used to do that on Memorial Day years ago, and I'm glad they brought it back.
That's pretty cool. I like how they did that.
I had Holmes actually look really good yesterday. I think he threw 3 shutout innings.
Holmes has 6 pitches.
Yeah, he's got a new pitch now. I don't remember what it is, but
He should learn how to throw a sinker over first before he adds another pitch.
Yeah.
it's true.
Let me see his new
Hey,
pitch.
look, he like I said,
Work on the sinker first before you add pitches there.
I
Kick
agree.
change. They called it a kick change.
Yeah, it's something brand new. But yeah, he threw 3 shutout yesterday in the win over the Trash Throws.
I'm gonna like watching Devin Williams pitch. You guys
I
watching the airbender. He's the airbender, man. That screwball he throws.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm looking forward to it.
It can be at times unhittable.
It's going to be. I hope
he was hittable against the Mets in the playoffs, but
we don't talk about that. That didn't happen. That's just a part of your imagination. That's all. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's going to be the airbender again with us.
Yes. Can I just ask for one thing for this game? Can we at least score 1 run?
Yes.
This was a.
No, I don't want him to score any runs.
Why?
I want him to just.
Did you bet the under?
Pile him on in the regular season.
Did you bet the under?
No, I didn't. I didn't bet that. I don't bet spring. Sean, who bets spring training baseball?
You would be surprised.
Degenerate.
Vinny,
unless you're a major league
did you forget when we had our show?
Yes, I know, Armand.
The radio station. Did you forget our show on the radio station when we used to talk preseason and they actually had like the over under the?
I know.
People are degenerates like that.
Preseason football games too. I mean, it's crazy.
That's crazy to me.
I would never do that.
You really got to be a degenerate gambler.
The hardest sports. I would never bet baseball, basketball, hockey, ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes, I agree.
Because those are 3 sports that.
Even if like a team like the Dodgers, if the Dodgers were playing the White Sox, I still don't take that bet.
Yeah.
Because baseball is one of those sports where you get a matchup like that. The White Sox. Well, you got to remember something, Vinny. The Pirates won the season series against the Dodgers last year.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. That's just...
And didn't the White Sox beat us during the regular season last year?
No, the year before. You're thinking of the Smoke series.
Yeah. Oh, the Smoke series. No, that was the game I went to one of those.
Yeah, you were at one of those games when we had all the Canadian smoke, whatnot.
Yeah, that is true.
Nice base hit there from Matthews.
I have pictures of that game, actually.
Yeah.
And my friend came in from Seattle wearing a Julio Rodriguez jersey.
Yeah.
Even though we were playing the White Sox.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, idiota.
Oh man.
Yeah.
By the way, he's in the fantasy league that I'm drafting in a couple of weekends.
Oh yeah, so you said you got your fantasy draft in like a week or two, something like that.
And this will be the first year I don't have Judge since I drafted him in 2016.
Yeah.
I can't do fantasy baseball.
Oh, I can't.
That's like one of those everyday things, and when you're working and you got games happening at 12 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, it gets tricky.
Luca, check the group DM.
Gotcha.
Luca's in trouble.
Luca looks like he's ready for a vacation.
Oh, we're all ready for a vacation.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah.
I know we got that Pittsburgh trip coming in about a month and a half from now. I'm looking forward to that. My second home. I call it my second home, Pittsburgh.
Yeah. So what Armin sent me was Yankees pitching prospect Eric Reiselman explains what happened in his clubhouse emergency related to his peanut allergy and what doctors prescribed for him to do now.
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
The minor league drama stirring up.
You got to think they have a EpiPen ready for him, right?
Yeah, they have.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes, Katie, we're all ready for vacation. I got my sun hats all over here.
He's ready for Florida.
Yeah, but didn't you go down? You went down to Alabama, man. That's a vacation right there.
That is true.
Well, that was really more. I mean, yes, but that was also.
But it was work.
Trip.
You worked, right? You worked. But getting out of New York. Anytime you get out of New York is a vacation.
Yes.
Andrew Velasquez coming up to bat.
Oh, they kept him in the game.
Well, he came in as a sub.
Oh, he came in as a sub.
Yeah, he took over for Volpe, I believe.
As you can see, I'm paying very close attention to this game.
We're watching this game closer than we did Game 5.
I'm watching this closer than I haven't watched any spring baseball.
Well, like I said, the first game I only got to see the last 2 innings. I watched the replay because I didn't get home from work until 4 o'clock. Yesterday's game, I got home in time to see the second half of the game, so I got to at least see the Spencer Jones home run. That's always that was always Luca. If you remember, that was always the worst part about when we were in school together. Is me and you and Alex, we'd be so locked in on the spring training game because of how much we hated school and we just wanted to watch our Yankees.
Exactly.
You remember we used to hover around the screen watching the game day broadcast, just waiting to see what was happening.
Yeah.
Oh, those are good.
I
Good old
remember
days.
in pods we were watching. I think it was like Yankee spring training game off with one of our laptops. I think Sean.
Well, no, with Mr. Strubinger in his class.
No, I know,
remember?
but this is a different story. It's around the same time though.
Nice catch by the center
So
fielder.
we were watching it all.
By the way, hold on, Luca. Before you continue, for those who may not know, pods for us was basically homeroom.
Yeah,
they made us do like a homeroom class in high school. It was really stupid.
I was actually amazed you guys had laptops in school.
That's something that started for us in what, 7th grade, 8th grade?
I had them in college. I had them in college, but not in.
Yeah, we were actually the first year they got to do it was for us in 8th grade. So
we were the first.
No, it
was Max.
They were full laptops.
Oh, okay. It was Max.
Nice.
Well, Luca, continue with your story.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were all watching. Something. It was either off Alex or Sean's laptop, something regarding game day or the game, something like that. We're all sitting together in these. What was I gonna say? I guess not the chairs that have wheels, not a wheelchair. I don't want to say that.
Chair.
The spinny chair, whatever you want to call it. And out of absolutely nowhere, Sean's gonna remember this football. The guy with I don't remember his name. He was talking to my homeroom teacher. This guy who was a football player on the team comes out of nowhere and just barrels Alex to the ground.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Was funny.
Came out of nowhere. I was like,
bro got speared like by Roman Reigns or something. That's the way it looked. I forgot about that. That was funny.
I was like, wait, what the hell?
That was great. That's a high fly ball in the right. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. Tigers still lead 3-0. That was great. But yeah, like I said, that was like when I just remember this time of year, we always hated because we wanted to watch spring training and we couldn't because we were stuck in school.
Yeah. And then I have to rush home and turn on the game.
Yeah, exactly. And by then it was almost over.
Exactly.
Actually, I miss when it was like middle school and you'd get like a snow day so you could just stay in and watch baseball all day.
Yeah. And I remember it was in 8th grade, I want to say. I remember it was 2016 spring training, Yankees new spring training format. I remember I came home and it was Yankees Tigers, and then Jorge Mateo hit like a triple.
Yes,
and then it was like a giant rally, which the Yankees come back.
They were down 6-0, and they came back and won. I was celebrating, and my dad's looking at me like, "What is wrong with you? It's the first game of spring." I was like, "I don't care. We won."
Exactly.
Oh, I remember that. There was another one like that too. Was it 16 or 17? I think it was 2016. Their first game was against the Phillies, and it was an away game. But because of where we were at in Pennsylvania, we got the Phillies home game, so we were still able to watch the Yankees. And it was 5-1 top of the 9th. Phillies had the lead, and I remember we were watching it because it was a snow day. There was like 2 feet of snow, so there was no leaving the house. And I remember they scored 1, they made it 5-2, and then Aaron Judge hits this monster 3-run home run. The game ended up finishing only in a tie, but that was another fun game. I remember that. That was if you remember, Luca, we used to play the Phillies like 15 times.
Oh yeah, I remember in 2012 the Yankees opened up spring training against the Phillies at home.
Yeah, well, because and we liked watching them play the Phillies because they didn't play them in the regular season ever.
Exactly.
So we looked at it as like, oh, cool, we actually get to play a team that we don't see because. Again, for those who don't know, it's 3-0 Tigers. The Yankees offense really hasn't done much of anything. What was I saying? Luca, where was I at?
You were talking about the Yankees Phillies and some people don't understand.
Yeah, because again, where Luca used to live, where I still currently live in Pennsylvania, It's nothing but Philly fans up here. So we, never getting to play them, you really had nothing to brag about. But it was a matchup just to us was our Subway Series. It was our Subway Series because you live in PA as a Yankee fan, you got to put up with the amazing people of Philadelphia.
Yes.
And that's why we went to Philly last year and took over their stadium.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
Especially the really good cheesesteaks from, why am I forgetting the place?
Jim Steaks on South Street. Vinny
That's
still says
cheesesteak
next
I ever
one.
had.
Vinny keeps saying the one we got to try is D'Alessandro's. That's the next one.
D'Alessandro's is. I like D'Alessandro's, man.
And also, if we go down there, we obviously can't go down there on a Sunday or a Monday. What was that place, the Angelos, we were going to go to originally?
Yeah, it was Michelangelo's. The problem is they're closed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday because it's like a family business. So that's their off days. That's the place that Barstool gave a 9-1 for their pizza, and he gave like the cheesesteaks like a 9-4 or something like that. That's the place I want to try.
Absolutely. But I always debate with myself, is a chopped cheese better than a cheesesteak?
I mean, I don't.
It's a different sandwich though.
It is though.
Two different things.
You got ketchup, you got mayo, and a chopped cheese, and it's like ground beef, like pretty much ground beef.
Yeah, it's essentially
whereas
beef and
a steak is I think it's like, I mean, it's not a
great part
of the. It's not a great part of the ribeye. Ribeye's good. But,
the Boston Celtics defeated the New York Knicks 118-105. Karl Anthony Towns, our top performer, 24 points, 18 rebounds, 0 assists.
He also has a knee injury.
Yeah. Jason Tatum, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 0 assists. So they had him a little more contained. It's progress.
Yeah, as opposed to one night at MSG.
You know what, though? Better kill the
Sixers this
week.
That injury for Towns, does that look serious? Or
he was limping off the court. He had to go back to the locker room, so nobody knows yet how bad it could be.
Yeah. Every time he goes to the hoop, just the way he drives.
Yeah.
I'm always afraid he's going to get hurt. Like, have you watched him ever?
Oh, of course, yeah. He's not when he goes to the rack, he's not a smooth driver.
So awkward.
Very rugged.
Yeah, it's like unlike the other guys, like they're a little bit more. Same thing with like Mitch. Like when Mitch goes up for a ball, I'm always like afraid he's going to come down on somebody's ankle.
Yeah.
Armand
has a update for us. The Marlins tied the game at 1, top of the 8th against the Mets.
Yes, they did, but they are losing to Washington 9-3.
Yes, and remember the games only go 9 innings, so nobody else scores in that. That'll just end up in a tie, and so that would be an 0-1 day. So I wouldn't say a very record-wise, not a very successful day. Not that really matters, but
no.
Although I don't know. Do you know how like like if you watch Hard Knocks, like the training camp edition, like you could see like those teams care about winning for the sake of progress. Do you think it's the same in MLB, or you think it's just I just got to develop and go from there? Or do you think they actually really like the players care about the wins and losses as much?
I think they do care. I think they care.
You think
the longer the season, though, I think it kind of every win
waters it down.
It waters down the wins. Like football is like 1 week you lose or 2 weeks in a row you lose. You could be like those could be the 2 games that would put you in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas like in baseball, you lose 2 games. It's like, oh, we lost 2 games. Okay. Like, I mean, as a fan, that's what I do. Like if I'm like, we lose 2 games. And now if you're losing 2 games at the end of now it's different. If you lose 2 games at the end of the season, and you need that's a way different thing.
That's going to be a base hit. And that'll drive in another run, make it 4-0 Tigers.
I guess in baseball, it depends more on where you win or lose.
Well, I think for the spring, I don't think, like, when it comes to wins and losses, I think it starts to matter to them a little bit more closer towards the end because you got the starters going like 7 innings and, you're getting closer to what you would see as a regular season product. And I think that's when they try to care a little more. But I feel like just the first couple weeks, it's just all about development and getting back to getting a routine and
Pitchers
You
are
know.
ramping up. They're
Yeah.
ramping up their arms to pitch like 7. They don't even go 8 innings anymore. But
Well, I'll still say this: the fans always bring it. The fans don't care what when
yeah,
they're
well,
watching a game. They're
of course.
there to see a win.
Yeah, of course.
That's the Yankee standard.
I
And
would
they
honestly,
travel too. If you watch that Spencer Jones home run, that place got in Dunedin where the Blue Jays play their spring games. That place got loud when Jones hit that home run. There were a lot of Yankee
Yeah.
fans there. Granted, Florida is also New York South, but
yeah.
when you have 15 or 14 other fan bases traveling down there, that definitely doesn't make it easier. But
Yeah, it
Yankee
means
fans, they took over yesterday, and I wouldn't be surprised if they take over in Fort Myers tomorrow against the Red Sox. Maybe not take over, but
Yeah.
they travel well, even in games that don't really count. That's what we
I'm
like about
curious
our
to how
fan
much
base.
a Tampa spring training ticket really costs.
I know they're not cheap. I think they charge like $90 or something, which that's cheap to us, but
$90, is that true?
well, they're high in demand. You see the crowd today? That was a full house. I'll take a look.
I
That's
thought
crazy.
I don't know. For some reason, I thought they would be cheaper.
Oh,
I
minor
thought they
league.
would be cheaper than that too.
I'm gonna take a look. So let's look at Wednesday's game against the Cardinals. So, because that's a midweek game, so that should be like that one you wouldn't expect something like a crazy. Well, let's see. So Wednesday they're home against St. Louis, 105. Where is?
Because I had season tickets, and my seats up in the Jim Beam Lounge weren't much more than that.
Of course. Oh, okay. So $20 for that game.
Okay.
Let's check. Okay, let me try a weekend game because I think those are the games
check,
that are.
Check. What's the series for Boston? What's the tickets cost
for
that?
tomorrow's game?
Well, that's in Boston. That's in the Boston.
Yeah. No, let me check. Saturday, I think the Yankees are home. Oh no, they're not. Oh no, my ESPN's just being stupid. That helps.
I think I got. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, actually, let's do this. Let's check Friday night versus the Blue Jays. Friday night tickets. Oh, okay, $20.
Tickets as low as $20.
What I saw on Instagram then was okay. Somebody posted on Instagram it was like $90. All right.
Yeah, that didn't make
yeah, because in Boston you get tickets as low as, or in the Boston game you can get tickets as low as 34.
Yeah.
Now the Houston game they say 49. That looks pretty high.
Yeah. Well, they still even
50
though
for Atlanta in the Atlanta
even
ballpark.
though they're not bringing their stars, the stadiums, this is their moneymaker. So they're still going to promote these matchups
Right.
like it's like when the Yankees play the Red Sox at home. Like I remember last year, they're saying the rivalry is coming to Tampa. Get your tickets now.
Well,
And
you can. So March 18th versus Boston at Steinbrenner Field, $67.
There you go. So they do like.
But it depends. I think it depends on the team because like Philly is 51. But Detroit, again.
You remember Philly, they played 20 minutes from Tampa, so they can draw a nice crowd knowing that there's a better chance the Phillies are going to play their starters, knowing they're so close to each other. Like that would be the crosstown rivalry if that's where these teams play, Tampa and Clearwater.
Can get those Pittsburgh tickets for $15.
Yeah.
If you remember, actually, talking about the spring training facility with Tampa and Philly, don't forget, just a couple years ago, now in the Florida State League, you got the Tampa Tarpons, Yankees low-A team, and for the Phillies, Clearwater, I don't know the name of the team. They fought. Remember they had that big brawl in the – Luca, do you remember that? The minor league game, there was a big brawl between the Tampa Tarpons and the Phillies team. So they don't like each other. That's their rivalry down there. I know you remember. I remember sending it to you. I'm sure if I still had it, you'd see that.
A lot of bad things in this game, Katie. Definitely. That's
this
game doesn't count.
Well,
especially since our team's given up 11 hits.
At least from the big guys, we saw some good things. We saw Chisholm get a hit, Bellinger got a hit, Escara got a hit, Sean Boyle, the starting pitcher, 3 shutout innings.
You talk about our big guys, their big guys. Cole Keith went 2 for 3.
Yes.
Jace Jung went 2 for 2.
Jahmai Jones, I think, had a
Andy Ibanez
1 for 2, 1 for 3.
Yeah. So their team
looking good
pretty
so
well.
far.
And then Casey Mize didn't look bad. 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah.
You know,
This is a team I know we'll be seeing a couple times throughout the spring because I don't
threw a
think
lot of
Lakeland is that far.
fastballs. Yeah, and I don't think Casey Mize threw 45% fastball. So I don't
So we
know.
go
if
to the
that
bottom
one
of the
can
ninth,
sneak.
4-0. As Michael Kay would say, do the Yankees have a rally in their bones? We will have to wait and see. That's the one thing I like about spring training is the players play so loosely. They're not, so 4-0 isn't crazy. Whereas if 4-0 in the playoffs, the game feels like it's over.
Yeah, 4-0 in the playoffs is huge.
Well, 4-0 in spring
If you're
training,
down or up 4-0.
game is not over yet.
Yeah, but even in the playoffs, the game's not over either because you're up
Well, that's
4-0.
true.
Team
Things
can turn
can
it
happen.
around, and
Things
some of those
can
games,
happen.
like that Cleveland, what was it? Cleveland and Detroit. Yeah, those games were never
never felt over.
Never felt over, really. Even the Mets and Phillies series.
I don't know what MLB
Those
at bat
games
did to
never
their
felt
app,
over.
but it's really getting frustrating. They moved everything around. I'm trying to pull up the schedule so I don't mess with my computer again because before the stream, my laptop crashed and it won't let me pull up the schedule.
Just bring up ESPN.
I don't like ESPN, but I don't think I have
I'm looking at it right now. It's a lot easier.
Well, MLB was easier, and then they moved everything. I feel like an old man. I'm complaining about technology.
You are.
Well, I was yesterday when
You are an old man.
When
you're older than me in theory.
When I had to set up my phone yesterday with the new phone company, it was like a 2-hour process. I was losing my mind.
Sean, can I ask you a non-baseball but a Steelers question?
I'm listening. Oh, by the way, real quick, next matchup against the Tigers is March 10th.
Okay.
At Steinbrenner Field. Luca, what is your question about my mediocre Steelers?
For 93.7 The Fan, I'm sure you know who they are.
Yes, I actually listen to them pretty frequently.
The Steelers are very much interested in Nick Chubb in free agency. Would you sign?
Yeah, that's common. I've heard a lot of that too. I don't understand why we're giving up on Najee. I mean, Najee, every season he played for us, he had over 1,000 yards rushing. I don't understand why they won't bring him back.
What happened to the other kid? I thought the other kid played well too.
Jalen Warren? Yeah, he's still with us, but Najee's contract is up. They didn't pick up his 5th-year option, and I don't understand why. Najee played great for us. I mean, he had a couple fumbles here and there, but for the most part, like I said, every year he had a 1,000-yard season.
Well, Chubb's got to get back to where he was before the injury.
That's going to be easier said than done.
I don't know if he's going to get back to that, but because he did not. I had him on fantasy last year, and I was watching him all year, and he.
Whew. So up to bat now is Vargas. Vargas,
not good.
Strong 2 days so far. Looking to see a little more from him today. He's up to bat now.
Look at the season. The season summary came up. Did you see that, guys?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm trying to forget last year, honestly.
It didn't say lost in the World Series. It just said
they won't.
All positive.
You gotta remember,
it was all the positive stuff, guys. All the positive.
Yankees, like Steelers.
Listen, we got
to
think positive this year. Positivity is going to rule the team this year. We're going to be positive, and we're going to go on, and we're going to win the World Series, and that's going to be it.
You know what's funny?
And then I can die.
I'm not disrespecting you, Vinny. But
no, actually, I got to wait for the Jets to win.
It's funny that the older person here is more optimistic. I find it funny that the older person here is more optimistic.
Yeah, why not? Why? Listen, what are you gonna?
For me,
you're gonna worry about your baseball team all year long.
I do anyway.
Really?
No, here's the thing.
Man.
I'm not going to worry.
Long season, man. Long season.
No, I'm not going to worry because I know what this team is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm going to root for them every day. I hope they win. I want them to win. But if they don't,
they're not going to win.
I just won't take it personally. I just won't take it personally anymore.
I think this team is going to win a World Series.
Oof.
I think so too.
I wish I had that conviction.
I'm thinking 28 is coming this year.
Now
your MVP of the World Series, Luca. Your MVP of the World Series is going to be Paul Goldschmidt.
I wish you were right. I don't think that's happening.
Vinny, I truly think you should put money on that.
You think I should?
I think you should.
I don't know, maybe.
Because you know what? If you're right and Goldschmidt gets like World Series MVP, that's a nice payout.
That would be a very nice pair.
I would say take that chance, but
I think the Jets have a better chance of winning 7 games with
Oh,
Jameis Winston.
stop.
all right, Luca, that's a little much.
That's
Then
going a little
I
crazy.
don't believe
I
that.
said 7 games. I didn't say.
That's
I've
still
been
false.
shitting on the Jets too. Armin would.
Oh, I
would
know that.
testify.
The Jets will win when I'm probably dead and buried.
Vinny just went from World Series to just won't win till I'm dead.
Yeah, because the Yankees are my only hope right now at this point.
Oh,
I
not
mean,
even
come on.
no,
Look
no,
at the Knicks.
not even the slightest bit of hope for the Knicks.
No,
They'll
not the way they've
I
been
think
playing
they'll win
lately.
the
No,
second round again, but
no.
See, my coworker is actually looking as I don't really care about
because we're too thin on the bench and we're too thin defensively.
And
We don't play.
that
well.
will end the game. My coworker's funny. He said, "Let everybody talk about the Knicks. Talk about us when the playoffs come." That's what he said. I said,
Okay,
I'll give him
we'll
that.
talk about you when the playoffs come. When we're not playing defense and we're giving up 140 points in the playoffs, and we're not.
Hopefully, we'll
scoring
have Mitch back by then. That'll help.
yeah, I think he'll be back by then. But at least the Knicks aren't trying to.
You think Mitch is going to be our savior?
Defensively, I think so.
No, he's no. I agree. Defensively,
I think
but
he'll
I don't
fix
think
some things, not all of them.
No, he's not going to fix exactly,
Luca.
Luca. Exactly. Let's be realistic as to where we're going to be when Mitch comes back.
But I'll say this before
we couldn't beat the Sixers at this point.
We'll find that out this week. Actually,
I think we could beat the Sixers. But what I was going to say was real quick: the Knicks aren't out there trying to. They're trying to win. Obviously, certain things I disagree with, but they're not trying to be arrogant, act like they've won something before.
That is true.
And our salary, the way our salary is, we're very hamstrung at that point too.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So
final line for this one: Tigers win this one 4-0. Tigers 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Yankees shutout, no runs, 5 hits, no errors. Surprisingly, no errors. Owens with the win, 1-0. Fernando Cruz suffers the loss. He is 0-1. Next game tomorrow, 4:05 against the Boston Red Sox. Next game, me and Vinny will be streaming. Will be March 3rd at 6:35 when the Pirates take on the Yankees. Coverage for us starts at 6:30. Luca, when is the next Big Blue in the Bronx stream, if not that Pirates game? Or do you not know yet?
I don't know yet. Obviously, you mentioned the possible Pirates game. I have to talk to Alex, but I got to see. I'll ask him as well because I know early March, I think he's going to have one of his Giant shows, free agency preview and off-season preview.
Gotcha.
Big off-season for them, obviously, because they're kind of desperate for a quarterback at this point. I would absolutely love to see Alex's reaction if the Giants trade for Matt Stafford.
That would be funny.
Please, let's pray that happens. But I mean, he's going to mix some Yankees and Giants content up, so we'll see. We'll obviously keep you all updated.
Yes. So, and the next stream that's not baseball for me and Vinny will be this Saturday, 7 p.m. Elimination Chamber. I think we're going to start right when the show does. Vinny, I know you said you might hop in late anyway. I don't think we're going to do like a pre-show or anything like that. So I think we're just going to hop right in. 7 p.m. the Elimination Chamber for WWE. As this is still the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers podcast, where me and Vinny will talk Yankee baseball and wrestling. And actually, as soon as we are done here, we are going to start recording for this week's episodes. Lots to talk about in the way of the Yankees. A lot of different things that happened this past week. Stanton injury, Boone extension, facial hair is a thing now, and so much more. We'll be talking about that. And then in terms of wrestling, how do we feel about the direction we are going in? Because right now, The Rock just made everything 10 times more confusing. We will be talking about that and more. Those videos you can expect by tomorrow night. Any final words? I'll start with Luca, since this is also on yours and Alex's channel. Any final thoughts before we head out?
Any final thoughts? First of all, great collabing with Vinny and Sean today. Obviously, Yankees been training. Well, hopefully we do a little bit more. I think we will.
Hopefully next game we do, they can at least score.
Yes, they can.
That would be a positive.
Maybe we'll see some more major league players, obviously, but yeah, obviously more spring training content to come, more Giants content to come on Alex's behalf. Also, check out my links in the description. Knicks cast. I'll obviously be making more videos about the Knicks. I've come back with more content recently. I might have to make another one just on the back half of this loss, but regardless, stay tuned.
And Vinny, how about you? Any final thoughts? Anything you want to talk about with our channel, or just thoughts on the game in general?
it it was good to be with you guys today. And Luca, thank you for all the work you put in for our channel. Appreciate it. I did put that on the I believe I put a thank you to you on one of the, I believe it was one of the pages that we did or whatever, or I did a shout out to you guys on YouTube.
Yes, I think we both
and Luca, I want to propose this to you.
Okay.
I know you do Big Blue in the Bronx, but let's do our own Jets show this year.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Let's do a Jets show. Let's do a Jets show. Let's start talking about it. Because I think me and you need one, because I think it's more therapeutic to get it out.
Absolutely.
I like that.
And I think we need a lot of therapy this year with this team, the way it's going to be, the way it's. I personally, again, Aaron Glenn, I love Aaron Glenn, but you have a different thought.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get those thoughts on maybe a podcast, or
I like
we do
a
live. Maybe we collab with, obviously, you're Big Blue in the Bronx.
I was gonna say, I already thought of a name,
but you're a Steelers guy, Sean. So
no, for you guys,
yeah,
Gangrene in the Big Apple. Something like that.
I actually have a Jets. I recently made a Jets Twitter page called Gangrene Chronicles.
Gangrene Chronicles. That's a good one. I mean,
obviously adjustments can be made, but I'm down for that. I talk about the Yankees. I talk about the Knicks, Jets. I mean, I've tweeted about the Jets multiple times, and they're obviously starting to get on my mind now. But
I was gonna say, Luca's a feisty man.
Look at Armand. I need therapy as well. So Armand, you could join us in the therapy that is the New York Jets.
Chat, let us.
We'll be your therapy. Get a couch. Get your favorite snack or drink or whatever you want. Sit back and
turning into a Sopranos situation here. Everybody needs a little therapy.
We'll talk to you about the Jets. Don't worry. Trust me, I have a lot of opinions on the Jets.
Yes, he does. We talk about that a lot too, me and Vinny. So I think this is a great idea. I think Alex will agree, and we'll go from there. So thank you, everybody, for the stream. As I said, one last time, next stream for me and Vinny will be Saturday. That'll be the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for WWE, the final PLE before WrestleMania 41. Lots still to come there. Next Yankee stream will be March 3rd, Monday, March 3rd, 6:35. Coverage starts at 6:30 for Pirates Yankees. Thank you, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to both our channels. We love you. We appreciate you all, and we will see you all next time.
Thank you to everybody in the chat. Have a
great day, everyone. Enjoy.
Bye.